Can you guys hear me? Lionel, I see you in there. So can you hear me? Seven still. Hi, you guys. Thank you for joining and happy Saturday to you. It is actually, what time is it here? 11:52. So I did come in right before the internet is messing up a little bit, so I had to fix that. I do apologize. Spirit Oliver, how are you? I see you in the chat. D, thank you. I see you in the chat. Can you guys hear me now? Because I know you guys can hear me just a second ago. Solid Steak, hey, hey, hey. Glad to see you. Am I still muted? Can you hear me now? The Bob. Thank you. Yes, it's been rough. I told y'all I'm just sitting here. I haven't been moving much, but I am trying. So loud and clear. That's good to go. Happy Saturday to you guys, and thank you for joining the Reasoning with Rods. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here with me tonight. Took me some time to get here because I just got through watching the Pacers and the Knicks, and I'm so happy that the Pacers won. Granted, I'm not a Pacers fan, but I would rather them go since my Boston Celtics were not able to go. So glad to see them go. They are a really, really young team. I don't think nobody on the team is over the age of like 26. So they definitely have room to grow. So I'm hoping that they win this championship and keep on going. Now, I don't plan on them winning it next year, but definitely winning it like sometime for this year. Don't give Roz any slack. She got to make sure this stream is on point for jump. Lidle, Lidle, Lidle. The streams are not going to be on point until let me put your comment up here. Let's put his comment up here. Don't give Roz any slack. She got to make sure this stream is on point from jump. Lionel, after June the 2nd, when Verizon gets here and lays out its Fios, the streams will be a whole lot better. But until then, my dear supporter and friend, please bear with me. Please have a little patience with me. Thank you. Solid Snake says loud and clear. Spirit Oliver says, yes, we can hear you. Thank you. Seven still says beauty. Thank you very much, Seven. That makes me smile a lot. What's up, everyone? So How has you guys' week been? Been a long week, been a long week, been a long week. Not very long for me. As you guys know, I just sit here in the bed or sit in one room all day long. Haven't been able to move around or get up or anything like that. So, I am doing what I could do. um, my daughter is in competitive double dutch, so that's a really interesting thing, and I haven't been able to go to her practices, so it's made me a little sad. And I haven't been able to, it's like almost time for them to like get out of school, and they have all the graduations and the parties and field days. Like, I'm a very active parent where I want to be at all of that. Like, I dreamed of doing all of that before I had kids. Before I had a kid, like attending everything, PTO, yada yada yada, whoop de whoop de whoop. Now I can't do it, and I'm like very sad in tears about it. But gonna move through that. Lionel says his week has been trash. Gosh, I hope it gets better for you. I hope next week is better. And Lionel gets started early. Get started early, it says. Yeah, he definitely will. Lionel's gonna give me all the hell. So you guys. Besides that, I started eating biscuits from Denny's. Since I've been sitting here, I really can't stand in the kitchen a lot. I can't stand up at all. I just can't. So I've been ordering a lot of food and stuff. And last week I had Denny's just a biscuits. Like, I don't really like anything else besides grits and salmon or grits and biscuits. So their biscuits were the bomb. I've been craving their biscuits all week. I've been craving their biscuits all week. So I just want to say that they are the bomb. And yes, I didn't eat that grits though. Like, I ate the grits at my own house, but grits and salmon and grits and shrimp. Ooh wee. I'm a country girl, so I'll take that any day. Any day. Besides that, I asked you guys how y'all week went and everything. So interestingly, sometime during this week, I was talking to, one of my many friends, and they're male, and they asked me, or they said to me, what does or what can a man do besides his money to show a woman or a female that he cares about her, or that he supports her, or that he's there for her? So, you guys, I was a little taken by the question. Yes, I was. Lionel says nothing. I was taken by the question. Yes, I was. And I was taken by the question because it made me think of so many things. It made me think like, oh my God. Have women actually made men feel as if they are only valued because of their money or by their money? And has anyone not shown this particular person that other things besides money matter? And I thought about like what actually is the value of what actually is the value of a man or his worth in terms of, society, gender roles, relationships, all those kind of things culturally. I was just really taken back by that question. So it just made me think more so to ask the question to you guys. I have like six living brothers and two uncles that are living. Do I have two uncles living? Yes, I have two living uncles. I used to have four uncles, and I used to have eight brothers. So now I have six living brothers and two living uncles, of course, a father, and all those good things. And so I have this liking and this kinship and this really good relationship when it comes to like men, like I always have, like just been like the home girl or the whatever. And I don't know if that's because, talking to my male counterparts, like family members, you just understand in a different kind of way, or you just shoot the shit in a different kind of way. So I've always treated my brothers like I would want them to be treated out in the world. My brothers that actually stay with me, which was two of them, make sure I like cook for them every day, clean up for them, all that shit when they was kids, because I was like 9 years older than them. And then my uncles would teach me things, and I would want to be the best for them and pour into them and things. And it just wasn't in my nature to ever think that women would look at them just for money. But somewhere in this world, there is some female out here looking at my brothers just for money, huh? And I guess that's what it is. It brings me to the independent woman. The independent woman who is out here getting it, who is bags on bags on bags, who's the real estate owner, the investment banker, the chick that started her own hair products and now she making 3 million a year. All them chicks that you see on Instagram and Facebook and all that. And I had this video to share with you guys, but y'all know my internet is so janky right now that it's impossible for me to try to pull it up. But I found this video on Instagram, and I can quote it, but somewhat paraphrase it. And it was a woman on there who says that she is tired. She is tired of working. She is tired of getting up every day. And what she need is her life manager. And she said that her life manager is her husband. She says she's ready to listen. She's ready to agree. She's ready to cook. She's ready to sit and do things that she doesn't want to do. She's ready to she said she's ready to help him start his business, invest in him, all these things. And she says she wants to do that because she needs this man in her life who will be her husband and her life manager, because she's tired of working and she's tired of the rat race. Did you guys see that video anywhere on your Instagram or throughout YouTube somewhere? I know many of people might be showing it, but did you guys see it? Oh, now everybody goes quiet. No one has any answers for me. Not so a lot. So I thought that the video was wonderful. I thought that go to Instagram somewhere, Lionel, and pull up life manager. Lady seeks life manager. I can try to pull it up right here, but y'all, I don't want to mess it up. But I thought that she was where she needs to be in life, because I asked my boo thing and I said to him, well, isn't that where people usually need to come when they're ready to get into a relationship, get to the point where they're ready to stop running the streets and stop being out here doing this and that? Usually men are ready to accept a woman and they ready to date her on a higher level to make their wives, and a woman is ready to be somebody's wife. That's what I thought. But when I talked to my male counterparts, they said, oh, she's about 30 something years old and she's ready to settle down now after she done been running the streets and she done gave up that box and all that good stuff, all those good things. So I wanted to know, is the independent woman screaming now to save her? Does she want to be saved? Is she ready to be in relationships? Should she be somewhat independent in that relationship? I thought that I picked these questions just for you, Lionel. I knew that you would love to speak on this tonight. Is the independent woman going to die soon? Die out soon? we don't have too many women where you see them wanting to, I guess, start families and um like be in relationships and all that good stuff anymore. I mean, I do. I love a man, and I personally want to be, sadly, totally dependent upon him. Like I said the same thing this woman said. First, you guys, before I get into the nitty gritty of it and start the conversation, let me go with thank you for joining once again. It is Saturday going into Sunday. I did fix my what is it? I did fix my Cash App, so it is now back to Bride's Girl. And I did turn 43 on April the 29th, so I am 43 now. So it is Bride's Girl 43. That is Cash App. Thank you for joining. When you guys get on the panel, let's please act like we have some manners and some dignity. Let's respect each other because we are adults. Hopefully, no racial epithets at people. And let's just peacefully agree to disagree if we have to. But yeah, back into the nitty gritty. D has stepped into the building. Thank you, D, for joining, and thank you for that comment as well. Independent hosts are annoying, always talking about doing stuff on their own. You have no choice, dummy. So I can be on my worst behavior. Well, this conversation today is for men, I believe. What is the somewhat for women, because women can, I guess, give some clarity on it. But I believe that a man's value is more so in his own walk and in his self-work. So it's not really us saying what his um value or worth is. That's subjective to the woman and what she's seeking in a man, I believe. But men can definitely come up here with their grievances and say how they believe these women feel, because I was so taken back by the question. I think that is so much more than a man can do than just his money. I definitely think that in relationships, there are hard times. So if a man falls down, if he doesn't have a job, hopefully he has a partner or a woman who's able to, you know, bridge the gap until he gets back on his feet. So that's why I'm talking about it. I think that is so much more than a man has to offer than just his money. But as I was talking about home chick that definitely is looking for a man now. She says she's ready to give up her life. She's ready to stop working. She's ready from the 9 to 5, and whatever it is that she needs to do, as far as like good behavior, being aligned, all that stuff, she's ready to do that now. That's what she said. So I can relate to her. I definitely can relate to her because I remember, now that I'm 43, I can remember being this independent woman, graduating college at 23, then getting your master's at like 25, 26, and the world was mine. Like out there doing it, running the streets. Not like out there in the streets, but doing stuff, working, your own place, no kids, all that good stuff. Just loving it. And then 28, going out, clubbing a little bit, traveling different cities. Pop it, do it. You know, all these girls just ain't in the streets and out there doing it like that. Some people, some people is out here really doing some things. Thanks for bringing the show back. You're so very welcome. Lionel Suggs says, DS, I absolutely agree. Lionel Suggs, they be talking about paying their own bills like ain't what a responsible adult is supposed to do. Oh, y'all going hard, Rod. Stop. Indigenous Black man, thank you for joining. So good to see you. Lionel Suggs, DS, bro, real talk. It's annoying as hell, bro. And nah, you was just in the streets, just admit it. In the streets, but lounges, games, going to different cities, meeting people, living the life. And then in my 30s, I transitioned into, I was tired. I got tired, y'all, like, of working. There even got to a point where like my paychecks was getting garnished. So I was just working and working and working. And it just would never equal up. And then after all of that, you're still living on your own. You're still paying bills. You're still trying to save money. You got all these dreams of doing all this stuff. And you just like, is it going to get any easier? Like, so, I was kind of like at 28, I was the person who would go spend a night at my mom's house, my parents' house on the weekends, because I really ain't have too much to do besides that. And, I wasn't like having a lot. I didn't have like boyfriends and shit. So I was like hanging out at my mom's house on the weekend. My mom be like, girl, you could have accidentally got pregnant by now. You should be married. You should be doing all this and that. But somewhere in my 30s, I just was like 30 something. I was like, oh God, I need some help. And I think the only thing I can do is get a man to help me. And I felt completely like that woman. And I felt like, you know, it's hard being single and then being in a relationship, when you have to be like this. And you don't necessarily know how to be like this. And you gotta be like this even when you don't want to sometimes. Or you gotta align when you don't necessarily want to. So I was like, yeah, I need all that. I need all that. And a great investment would be saving money, building love in a relationship, possibly having kids, and this work out here in this in these streets would not be so hard. I could possibly not have to wake up every morning at Monday morning and go to work. Like maybe, like maybe. I don't necessarily need to not go to work. If they didn't want me to go to work, I probably wouldn't. But I'm just saying that was what I was thinking. So that's where my mind changed. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a life manager, but I would say that a partnership is what I was seeking and looking for. And yeah, I think that the man helps the wayward woman. That is what's supposed to happen. She's supposed to leave her home from her daddy. Y'all know how I go in the Bible. And a man comes and finds her and he takes care of her. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? So it's definitely have to be more than just money for the woman, right? In these streets, Roz was getting flown out when you was in your 20s. Come on now, D. I said after I graduated. Yes, I was in my 20s, but I was 25, 26. I had done with college. Now working. Let me find out Roz was a city girl. That's like, what's not a city girl? You're a woman. It's already easy for you. Huh? Okay, yeah. No Peggy Bundy in my house. You gotta work. You guys, come on now. Come on. So as I was coming up with this subject, there was one of my friends. I don't want to say one of my friends. Because I would say it was like just somebody who didn't get with the program. And the man said to me, how you gonna do a show on something like that when you don't have nothing? Huh? I don't have nothing. I said, sir, I'm doing really well. And he says, well, you make it seem like you don't have anything, like you just be struggling. And I say, I'm a black mom. So, I'm always struggling. That's how I look at it. And I think that there's a program that women should have for themselves that they should put men on. Like when they're seeking a partner, or as some men would say, vetting, there's a program. So you show up a woman, I would say, if I was talking to a young, you show up not independent. You show up like you are helpless and you need some help. You show up like, oh, I need you to change my life. You show up like, I can't do this by myself. And men think that, some men think that because they give $20 here and $30 here, that they're investing in a woman's life. Like, you're not. No, no, I'm not, D. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm very much in a relationship and everything. So man thinks because he's giving like $20 here, $30 here, he's changing somebody's life. So I always tell women to show up helpless so that you can see how much that person is willing to invest in your life. You know, pay a bill, a down payment, a business plan, something like that. That's what I think. What do you guys think? D, you got a whole lot of mess talking. You and Lionel are really going at it tonight. Very vocal tonight and everything. Very. So that is what I have to ask tonight. What is the value of a man or his worth to women? This question came because I was talking to someone and they asked me once again, what can a man do besides his money for a woman? And secondly, is that independent woman gone? Like, is the woman now saying her Sierra prayer? Um, is it gone? Is she gone? I have someone in the back now. It looks like it is Spirit Oliver. How are you doing? Are you
Hello, how are you
hi?
guys?
Where are you going?
I'm on my way to the rooster.
Oh, to the rooster. So last week, Spirit, we had a conversation about women over 35 being out after 12 p.m. on Saturday nights. So would you say that you are being defiant now and that you're out?
Yes, I am being defiant, but this is the thing. I make sure I leave my house before 10. I have no business leaving the house after 10 p.m. So I have to be out before 10 p.m.
Okay, okay. So what is exactly the rooster?
Rooster is a club in Houston. It's an older crowd. You know, we getting a little older into the auntie stage. So you can do young crowd, old crowd there, but you can do your thing.
I actually like the rooster. I used to go there when I was in Houston. You know, they got two dance floors. So that's what I like
Yeah, they
about
got
it.
a young side and an older side.
Mm-hmm. So I love that part, that young side. Not the young side, but the older side. When I was young, I always liked the older side because I like old school music. So, you know.
Right, and I be in there breaking it down, baby.
You look really pretty.
I'm trying. Y'all can't see me really, but shit.
So Spirit,
I'm,
the question tonight is
mhm.
talking about a man's value in your life or a man's value. And I'm asking this question because I was asked by someone, are you frozen? Looks like she's frozen, you
Oh
guys.
shit! Hold up.
Jesus. Please tell me you ain't get to a record.
Hold on.
Jesus. See, I have to let her go. Well, you guys, we have a brief intermission right now. Spirit looks like she's in a little headbanger. Welcome to the chat, OG Do Dirty. Thank you
I'm
for
good.
joining. You good? Girl, you had me thinking that you ran
I'm
into
good.
somebody. So, I was asked by by a man,
No.
what can a man do besides his money to show a woman and invest in a woman? So, my question to you is, what is it that a man can do besides his money to show that he cares and he's invested in a woman?
Um, be there for her. Be respectful. Show her. Be her support. When things get rough, be there for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
So, if you was dating a dude,
Just when things get hard, if I was made somebody, I would want them to be there for me mentally and spiritually. The money don't matter.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. See, that's what I
Money
was
don't
thinking. I
matter.
was thinking
But I want them
more
to be there
women.
mentally and spiritual, just to have somebody, not just a warm body, but that just to have someone, just to have somebody that's there is everything. It's hard.
Did you?
when you got to share it. And I'm even willing to share if a man can take care of both households and do what he's supposed to do. But I'm getting older. I've been single for like 5 years, and I'm ready to get into a relationship. I am. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. So when you say that you're getting older and you're ready to get into a relationship, does that mean that standards and requirements are out the door? So you taking whatever, or
No, I ain't taking whatever. I got to have something
Mhm.
real.
So
You
Lionel
got to be
Suggs said,
doing something with yourself, as in you can benefit me and I can benefit you,
mm-hmm. Hey EAE, thank you for joining.
like
Lionel
that.
Suggs says that if he's broke, that shit goes out the window. So my question to you, because you say that and you sound like such a lovely lady and very supportive. If a man approached you and y'all got into a conversation and you getting to know, and he was like, "No, I'm not working right now." Would you pursue conversation and continuing to get to know him and date him?
Yes, I would because I never know what it'll bring.
Mm, that's what I'm talking about. So, do you think that most women think like this across the board, or you're just one
No,
of a
a
kind?
lot of women just out for money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women just
Mm-hmm.
out for stability. Some people are really out here. Some women are even out here trying to survive.
Some women out here trying to survive. You say?
Survive. Yes,
So I
they
saw
can't
that
make it without a man.
they can't make it without a man.
Uh-uh.
Now, is that a bad thing?
That is.
And what about the woman who wants to be totally dependent upon a man?
That's hard. The woman that
Because
want to be totally dependent on a
yeah,
man is
because
hard.
the other day there was this woman on Instagram. I'm not sure if you saw it, but she was saying how she's tired of working, she's tired of the 9 to 5, and she's looking for a life manager. She says that a life manager would be her husband. So she's now ready to listen. She said, "I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to sit down. I'm ready to invest in his life, start his career with him. I'm ready to do all those things so I can get a husband, so I can get a life manager now." So she wants to be totally dependent on a man because it seems like she was this independent woman. She said she had a hard day at work that day. So she's this independent woman who's been out here working and doing her thing. And now she wants to do what it is to get a man. What do you think about that?
I mean, you got to come with something. You don't want that man to be so dependent on you that you have nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he can treat you any kind of way. It's kind of hard nowadays because it ain't gonna work like that. You got to come to the flow with something. You got to let this man know if they all else fails, I still have me. If all
Mm-hmm.
else fails and the relationship is going good, we still have each other. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are you out here with your Sierra prayer? Are you saying a Sierra prayer?
No.
No. Okay. What about who else? The Rihanna prayer.
What is these prayers? I've never heard of these such things.
Now that they was out there doing their thing and now they're married, they're with kids, they have no more struggle and all this
Hold
stuff.
up, hold up, hold up. Because Rihanna ain't married, goddamn.
She just sported a ring or something that had a shirt that said wife or something on it.
She ain't married. She don't count.
So
But
you
she
don't
count.
think
Because she the breadwinner in the relationship.
she what?
She the breadwinner in the relationship.
You think so? She ain't did nothing. This says Lil B Cutthroat. What's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining the Reason with Rise Girl. I'm glad to see you here. Um, it says Lionel Suggs says last woman I dated, she had a job. She wanted to start her business, but when she got with me, she threw that all away. And what did you think about that, Lionel? That's my question. Like, does the woman have to show up with something? Like, can she be helpless? Can she be without? Like, I think that the man is supposed to come in and change her life.
Ain't
Rihanna
no
is
more knights in shiny armors. That shit dead.
you guys are terrible tonight. Like, I can't believe it.
I'm just saying though.
Are you going by yourself?
No, I got three carloads behind me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's one of them
So,
that ran in the back of me. I ran into them. I reversed and ran into them. Because I went down the street I wasn't supposed to go to. But shit, we good now.
that's
I ain't
good.
tripping.
Y'all be safe.
We 3 cars deep.
Mm-hmm.
We 3 cars deep. And this B-I-H. We finna
I
get
say.
there. Yeah, man, it's a hard world out here. I would love to submit and be with a man and do what he say and be able to, be a woman, but I've developed so much masculinity. It's kind of hard
And how have you developed so much masculinity? What do you mean by that?
because I have to do it all by myself. I have to be the mother, the father. I have to take out the trash. I have to pay all the bills by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun. I just wonder what it feels like to have someone that's helping. I just really wonder what does it feel like
Mm.
to have help. I really would
Yeah.
like to know what does it feel like. What does help feel like? I've
What does
had
help?
help before, but what does full time help and reaching goals together feel like? What is
Mm-hmm.
it having something together feel like? What is it having like? I hear a lot of older ladies now. My husband, my husband, my husband. Yes, I would love to have a husband. One of my coworkers, she tried to hook me up with anybody she said. I told her, look, I'm not available like that. So my thing is this: what can I do? I'm not rushing. I'm not settling for bull crap. Just taking somebody's son off the street and I go to work all day and just have a piece of meat at home. I have a daughter. I watch
Mm-hmm.
who I bring around her, certain individuals, but she gonna get older, and I would love to show her black love. I would love it.
You would
It's
love
gonna
to
happen.
show her black love.
Yes,
And you feel that black love, you can show her that outside of her biological father as well. Just a
me
healthy
and her
relationship.
biological father was never in a relationship. We tried it after she was born, when she was almost 2 years old, but it didn't work because I can't put all my eggs in one basket. What do you say?
It says, how is it that you are business minded, want to grow, want to build a business, but when you get with me, you want a princess lifestyle? So it seems like Lionel's saying that the woman he was with when he got with her, she was business minded, had her own business, and when they got together, she got lax. She didn't want
And
to.
kind
I
of
guess.
using him for bait.
But is it
Correct?
necessarily using him? Like, does the woman have to work that hard when she's with the man? Lionel Suggs also
Yes.
says that she got queen treatment, but it did nothing for me. I got nothing from it, but she got the world. Mm. And this next question, I think, is for you, Jennifer. It says, "Where's your baby daddy?" But I think you just answered that. I guess
My
he was
baby
at.
father is deceased.
Yeah, I guess he was asking that in reference to wanting to show black love.
Yes,
E
my
says
baby
shout out.
father is deceased.
So I want us to go to this question that Lionel Suggs, this thing that Lionel Suggs says. How is it that you're business minded, want to grow, want to build a business, but when you get with me, you want a princess lifestyle? So do you think that most women, because when we're talking about the value of a man, most women seek getting with a man so that, as you said, Jennifer, want to make life easier, want to make things so it's not as hard. And it looks as if Lionel has an issue. So we often, as women, think that men should come to the table with something. We always be like, "Oh, he got to be tall. He got to have a job. He gotta do this. He got to use his hands." But do we ever think that we as women have to come to the table with something? Or do you think that women should come to the table with something? And if so,
They should come to the table with something. You got to think about like back in the day. This was look at the white culture. When they would get married, they would have a large
okay, I'm sorry,
like,
Jennifer.
large population of slaves given to her. Can y'all
Jennifer,
hear
you
me?
might. No, you was cutting out for a second. You probably want to say repeat if you
Well,
don't
I'm
mind.
down here in a very busy area. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay. So what I was saying was that back in the days when slave masters So when they married a white woman or whatever, you know, just saying white people, they would come with slaves. The girl would always have slaves and taught them how to train them, and she would come with her own slaves. Or my dad, he give us a chicken. Hold on,
She come with her own slaves. What the Jennifer? What is you talking about? I said, do women need to come to the table with something? But this isn't back in the day, it's today. Okay, Lionel, so you say it isn't back in the day, it's today. So as I say, because I think that go ahead, Jennifer. Jennifer's back. So finish your statement, Jennifer.
I was saying people came with something. When you get married, the father usually pays for the wedding tradition wise, you know, you would come with something. If you black and well off, you know, or anybody that's well off, they come with property or something. They've been having property since they was little. You know, that
Yeah,
sort of
but they
thing.
never came with something for the man. They came with something for the woman to give their
For the
daughter
marriage.
away. To give their
Yeah, they
daughter
give it away.
away.
And I mean, and the practices still go on today. Look over there in Gaza, 9-year old brides and stuff, you know, in the Middle East. They coming with, you know, they coming with.
Lionel says today, what are women coming to the table with? I don't necessarily think that. I don't think that they're
I'll be honest. What are women coming to the table with? They coming to the table with kids, more
kids.
mouths to feed. Yep.
I, I think we okay because see, okay, they don't care about a man's mental health. Their money is their money. Their resources are their resources. They've already traveled with another nigga and done everything with another nigga. Wow, is
Might not
anime
have had done
stuff
nothing with the man, you know.
that men ain't
A lot of
getting
people
married.
looking for security.
One second,
They got
yeah,
other
he said
kids to feed.
now, I think that's a lot, Jennifer, that you say that women are coming to the table with kids expecting and then expecting men to want to make them wives and take care of other men's kids. That's a lot. That's
It
deep.
is. They doing that, and it's
That's
gonna
really
happen
deep.
more. Back in the day, you used to get married after your husband died or left to another man, and he would take care of you and your kids or kids.
I just I just think that I just like to think of like the older age and the good woman. My parents have been married going on 33 plus years, and my grandparents were married for a very long time. Seeing my mom and seeing my grandmother, like it was just a certain way that women should act and certain things that they should seek. So I just grew up with a certain mentality that you're supposed to get married one day, and you're supposed to have kids for a man, and you're supposed to do what it is that a woman is supposed to do: be submissive, be docile, be agreeable, align with the man. And you do that because that reward is also him, and the reward is you guys building together, building wealth together, life not being so hard for you, you not being by yourself, and you having a spiritual partner, hopefully a best friend, and all of that.
Right,
But like, I don't necessarily think that the woman is supposed to come to the table making plus dollars and this type of job, because she's not necessarily going into the relationship or the marriage to take care of a man like
right. She is.
that.
She going there to make sure that man laundry done, make sure that man food is cooked when he get off at that hard job. She going there to make sure that man got everything he needs. What he needs you for if that ain't what you there for. But when you come in with a strong hand like me and got everything you need, it's kind of hard.
Let me read these comments right here, and I'm gonna go into what you just said. They come in. She said they coming in with kids and expect them behavior. He says very rare to see a woman 25 or older without kids. Lionel Suggs says that's true, Brian. That's not these women in general today in these streets. Wow. And EAE says, which is why men usually prefer younger women because the ones their own age have too much baggage. You niggas is really tripping tonight. Sugg says, Roz, that's a fantasy. Too much baggage. And LB Cutthroat, can I join the panel? Yes, you can, definitely. Jennifer, when you say but they not coming to the table with what you got, what is it that you got that you're coming to the table, and why should you be chosen?
because I'm a very hard worker. I can work and keep up with my wifely duties or my partner duties as far as keeping my partner happy, but I come with my own bag and we can grow
Mm-hmm.
together. We can have some. If they smart and I'm already smart, not stupid, I got many ways to get money. I just need the support.
So would you be willing not to work if he wanted you to not work and have 5 babies?
Yes, I would. Tell the truth, I
See, Raj, you the only one tripping tonight. Am not.
would.
I
Oh,
can't
so they
believe
gonna cut up
y'all.
on you like that?
I cannot believe y'all. So do you think someone said that women don't care about men's mental health. When men get into relationships, we often feel, and I guess they are, or maybe they often feel that they have to carry the burden of that relationship. And if they're living together, it's just when you not in. I think that when you living apart and stuff, I don't want to say those relationships don't necessarily count, but I don't know if the responsibility is very heavy. So I guess like cohabitating type relationships, maybe those men feel as if they have to carry the table, like the bills when the woman's sick, make sure she's straight, all that kind of stuff. Like, what
Yeah,
do
you
you
know who's
do?
gonna take care of the woman? And I know a couple right now that's taking care of each other, and they holding on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling them, y'all love gonna keep y'all strong. I don't have that. I
Mm.
want love, but I don't want any kind of love. How about that?
So, would you take the struggle of where people say, you go through the hard times, so y'all like be low and down and all that, maybe you eating
I will
ramen.
come out the mud with mine. If I'm a fighter, you should be able to fight too.
Hmm.
I don't need no weak man because I ain't no weak bitch.
So what about the woman who comes in with some things, a lot of things, as Lionel would hope? She comes in with a lot of stuff, and then she's in this relationship with this man, and now the struggle is letting him lead, and some of the decisions that he makes aren't the best, and it is taking a direct result on her life and their life. Does that woman step back into independence in that relationship, or does she stay aligned with that man?
She need to get in line with that man.
Mm. Oh wow! Out
She need to
here,
get in line with
Jennifer.
that
See,
man.
Jennifer sounds like a good one out here, and she going to the club
If
right
he
now.
gonna
Somebody.
lead you, if he gonna lead you, I'ma go. But if I feel like you lead me somewhere and we ain't going nowhere, I ain't fooling with you. If I see crash dummy,
Mm.
that's it
Lionel
and that's
Suggs
all.
says, as a man, it's 90-10. If he don't get up out of here, I take care of 90% of the bills. I
Well,
take
let's get
care
lined
of
up on his channel and see what he's talking about.
I
I
take
take care of
care of
everything
the
by
house.
myself.
I take care of transportation. I am your therapist. I am your cheerleader. And if you have kids, I'm doing my
And
job.
you supposed to not be his headache when he come home. Some kids need to
E-
be out the way and he need his time to himself. Y'all have dinner and he need to be able to think.
EAE says every man deserves a good white woman. Positive Vibes says
Oh
hello, Roz.
wow.
Hi, Positive Vibes. Thank you for joining. Lionel Suggs says, so if I'm doing that, what can she offer me? Oh my God. Lionel Suggs also says EAE, yes. So I guess he's agreeing with what EAE says. We have someone in the back here. Looks like we have a man back here. Looks like it is Art. Thank you, Art, for joining the panel tonight. Are you
Oh,
there?
yeah, what's up, Ross girl? I'm gonna came up in a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. You don't necessarily have to, but definitely if you would like.
Oh well, I
So
don't mind. I wouldn't mind coming up. But
happy
go ahead.
happy Saturday to you.
Santi, you know who this is, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never
So
seen you
we're
on camp.
talking about the value of a man. I was asked a question, what can a man do besides his outside of his money to show a woman that he supports her and that he's there? And I was a little bit taken back by the question because I think there are many things that a man can do outside of his money. But I got the impression from that question that men don't necessarily feel that way. So, what would you like to say about that?
Whoa, you said a lot. You said a lot. Wait, so you said a man? Well, you said a lot. You said a lot. I was trying to. Hello.
Hello? I was asking um what is it that a man can do outside of his money to show a woman that he is there and that he supports her wholeheartedly?
Mm. Oh man, that's a great question. And today, like, you have like two different standards, right? You have like the Disney standard where the man does all these little perfect things, beautiful things, right? But then
Mhm.
when you need your tire changed, or when you need when the toilet is stuffed up, like little things that men can do. Um, that was a beautiful
Mhm.
question. Kind of caught me off guard with that one, but
You're all right.
I was going somewhere with that one. You caught me off guard. Okay.
You're okay. Thank you for joining the panel tonight. Did you watch the game, the Pacers and the Knicks tonight?
I definitely did, and I watched my Dodgers beat the Yankees 18
Oh,
to
okay.
2.
So you're a
So
baseball fan too. I'm an Astros fan.
Oh, sorry to hear that. My condolences to you. Nah, y'all beat us in 2017, and that pissed me off.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, Art, do you think that the independent woman is dead? Do you think that she's asking and screaming to save her? She wants a man now to make life easier for her, or is that woman still out there in the streets doing her own thing?
See, look, Ross girl, you ask great questions, but you stack them on top of each other. So you started the first part. I wanted to answer that. Then you stacked it, right? But listen,
Okay. Do you think the independent woman is screaming,
dead. It's
"Save
dead.
me"?
It's dead. You said dead. There never was a lie. It was all a facade. The independent woman movement was fake.
Wow.
Um, it was taught to you by women that got married, women that wanted men. No, the independent movement came around the "I don't want no scrubs" era.
Mm,
I think we're about around the same age. Remember when that song
yeah.
came out?
Yeah.
Hanging out the passenger side of the best friend's ride. It's like, I don't want
Trying
nobody.
to look at me. I don't want no
Okay, I
scrubs
didn't know
if
you
you
could sing. I didn't know you
got.
could
Okay,
sing.
that one. Go
And
ahead.
then you had Beyonce came out. Who came out with "I Want a Soldier"?
Oh yes, that was my yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
then it was I think even before that it was a group called Salt and Pepper, and I think they came out with a song, Roughneck, the
Oh
Roughneck song.
yes, Roughneck was.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yep,
Yeah,
loved
so
it.
what I'm saying is, like, I'm not even saying music was that important and influenced the whole thing, but it's like a timeline, right? You can see
Hmm.
when it started happening and changing. So I think it's always been dead because all those women loved men and they wanted to be up under a man. Um, yeah. So I just think women are living in a facade right now.
Wow. So, Art, do you think that oftentimes women are looking for a man to come to the table with something? Do you think
Yeah,
that question? Do you think
yeah.
that question refers to women too? They should come to the table with something.
Great question. Um, yes, but their something is different from our something.
Okay, okay, sound pretty good. And what would their something be?
Their something would be more like potential,
Mm,
more like something that we can't see, like something that they understand. Like they see you. I want to cam up. Can I get
yeah,
a?
go ahead.
Can I get a second to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, because I really like this conversation. You asking some deep questions. This is my first time talking to you, so I do want to
Okay,
cam up to make it more serious.
sure. Take your time.
Put me in the back for like 2 minutes.
Sure. Thank you for coming back, Spirit. Have you gotten there yet? Look at
Almost. At the
Oh,
light.
okay. I want to say that I think you are really doing it with them glasses tonight, girl.
Thank you. I'm trying, love. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought my phone.
So Art was saying that when a woman comes to the table, her something is different. He didn't get a chance to elaborate on that. He will when he gets back on the panel. But
Right.
do you think that she should come with something different other than a job and money and all those things?
I mean, what can she come with different? What, house skills? We ain't the Brady
Yeah,
Bunch.
I mean, like, when
I
should
mean, what
she
them house
ever come
skills
with?
gonna do?
But when should she ever have to come with a certain amount of money and a certain job and stuff? At least I just
If
don't
he
think.
gonna lift her up, that's just how these days is. You should at least want to do something or learn how to do something.
Lionel Suggs says, Rock, let me charge my phone and I might hop on. Okay. And EAE says, some wake Foxy. Somebody wake Foxy up. I know she upset over the Knicks. Lionel
Come on,
Suggs
brother.
says, some kick, some, hold up. She comes with kids and a migraine. He out of
Come
control.
on,
Out of
motherfucker.
control. Out of control. So you saying that, so you think that she need to come with something.
I mean, for yourself, what?
I just don't think that she need to come. I mean, like,
I mean, you need to
hi,
have
Art.
something.
Hello.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
So you were saying that the one man doesn't that she has to come with something else to the table, and you said something as in potential. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, yeah, it's two parts to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most if she comes with kids, she got to come with like 3 times as more. Like, and I think women that come with kids aren't humble enough. Like, they probably shouldn't be part of some of these conversations. That like this part of the conversation, I don't even think they should be involved with. Women who come, no, I'm being honest.
Okay, okay.
Women,
And why?
because that comes with a whole other man's journey, a whole nother man's, a whole nother situation that doesn't even involve me, and I shouldn't even want to have to understand
Mm-hmm.
as a man. Because in the jungle, the lion kills all the cubs from the other woman, gets rid of them. Why? Because they might grow up and destroy his pack.
Mm-hmm.
And I very much believe in. All about legacy.
Mm-hmm.
See, I hear other people, and they got that thing that what I want to basically, I want to leave behind a legacy. That's all I ever wanted to do growing up. Some people
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be basketball players. Some people wanted to be scholars. Some people wanted to travel the world. I
Yeah.
wanted to raise my boys the same way my dad did. So I wanted to leave behind a legacy. So
Mm-hmm.
me going into it, if I was still, I'm older now, but if I was in my 20s and 30s thinking how I was thinking then, I'm not following up behind another man.
Mm.
I'm not
Mm.
doing it. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Even if you could create children with that woman,
I can create children with any woman.
but I'm saying with the woman who has kids, even if you could create children with that woman, you would just prefer her not to have kids.
Yeah, there would be no attraction there. It
Wow.
would be like a one night, 2 night, couple weeks.
Jesus. Oh God, I don't know if I was ready for this part. Okay, 1 second. Lionel Suggs says these women don't care about legacy. They just want an easy life. They don't want a legacy. Lionel says these women have 2 to 5 kids by multiple baby fathers, and then want you to make a legacy for them.
Hmm.
Now, y'all are speaking as if all women out here are baby mamas and have children.
No, we're not. That's not how we speaking. You heard the woman you had on earlier, Roz girl,
Yeah,
and they were
her
speaking as if.
her child's father is deceased.
But that's it. Do you know that for? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I know it for a fact. I know it for a
Okay. I'm
fact.
sorry. All right. My bad. That's a sad story. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
You're okay.
No, I'm really sorry about that.
You're okay.
Apologies.
Go ahead.
No, no. Go ahead. You usually have more of an accent when I hear you on the thing. Thought you was more Jamaican than you are, but
I'm not Jamaican at all.
oh, you just have the Roz girl and the whole Jamaican effect.
My family is from St. Lucia, not Jamaican.
Oh,
Jamaican.
that's what's Indian. That's what's
Yeah.
Indian, right?
Yes.
So your parents taught you the same thing. Oh, all right, whatever. Anyway, that's for another video. Roz girl, come on.
You can talk about anything here. I'm
No,
not
ask
offended
me
at
that compounded question. No, I like that question. We kind of matching too in our colors. But look, I like that question. It was a compounded question you asked me the first time. You said something about women being independent, and there was another part to that question. Do you
all. I was
remember?
saying, is the independent woman screaming, "Save her"? And
Yes. Yes.
you said
Keep going.
yes. And oh, the first question was, is the independent woman dead? And the second question was, is she screaming to be saved?
And there was a third part to it, but I'll answer the second part now because
Hmm.
the independent woman never existed. It was a facade, and the women of today are suffering from it because men now are figuring out options because of something called social media. Men have way more options, way more, especially successful men.
Hmm.
120, 120,000 and up. I mean, that's not even a lot of money, but if you're able to fly in and out of town, or if you have a job that moves you around and you have social media, this is a different world now. Like,
Hmm.
so successful men get to pick out the cream of the crop from all 50 states. You know what I'm trying to say?
I can understand that.
So you got 10 million, let's say, let's say you got what, 12 to 14 million men, and let's say you got 100,000 pretty women from the age of 21 to 30. Well, how many millions? Whatever that is. But what I'm saying is, it's a big number of women to pick from a little bit of men. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm. Mm. Mm. The
Confident
inde-
men.
the independent woman though, she has options too as well, right? The one
No, she
that's
doesn't. No, she doesn't. No, she
wow,
doesn't.
wow.
What option? Okay, describe to me the independent woman.
The I would say the one who is solo dolo, working for herself, making over a percentage, maybe like 100,000 and up. Can travel back and forth. All of that. That independent woman, the
What does
one
that have to do? What does that have to do with the man that I explained? Like, what would that? How would that attract? What is that to me?
but I'm saying, like, isn't there some? Doesn't she have those same options?
Not to the guy I explained.
Oh,
She has
okay.
the options with the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and that's why most of them move amongst that crowd. That's why you see the Cardi B's and the messing with the lower level. Yes, they got money, but they're low level.
Mm-hmm.
So What I'm saying is, women do get to pick who they have sex with, but they don't get to pick who they marry.
True.
That's that's a Kevin Samuels not quote, but he said something like that. But yeah, so they don't get to pick that. So yeah, y'all got options of how good y'all look and how y'all look that night and who takes you home that night. But who's gonna spend the rest of their life with you?
I
You get
can
what I'm saying?
understand that. I can understand that. Yes. So when you say the independent woman is an illusion, is that an illusion because the woman will always need a man?
Yeah, the woman wasn't created to be independent. The woman
So
was created. Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
The woman was created to um be a helpmeet, not a helpmate, a helpmeet.
Mm, okay.
So, and what is meat? Meat is something you replenish with, something you protein, something that keeps you going. It's some women are meant to be the protein, the minerals, everything we take in.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not trying to. This is how I interpret it, right? So
Yeah.
women aren't supposed to be praised. Can I go a little deeper, a little bit?
Yeah. Go dive.
Because
Go ahead.
I'm not a religious person, but when you ask me these type of questions, you open me up. Pause. This is just, and these are just my ideas. Are you with me?
I'm with you. Go ahead.
No. So ask me what the man's role is. You never asked me that
About the what?
about the what? Did you smoke a blunt already?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
I'm joking with you. What is the man's role? Ask me.
The man's world.
Role.
The man's role. What is the man's role?
Good question. I'm glad you asked me. Our job is to lead us back to normalism, humanity, the beginning, God, pretty much. The man's
Mm-hmm.
role is to worship what he comes from, the earth and the environment and the God, and he's to teach the family how to love the world and appreciate what he came from, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
This is
totally
my
agree.
and the woman's job is to help him do that, and the kid's job is to follow them and just recreate that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you understand somebody who we would call like a God or a Yahweh or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, Allah, he's like the definition of narcissist, right? That's why
Yes.
he created it. Are you following me or not?
No, I'm definitely following you.
At least if you're not following me, you listen.
No, I'm following you and I'm in agreement with the things that you're saying.
Because I like this conversation, but I don't have this conversation with everybody. But look, so and the kid's job is just to that's what the legacy comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where heaven comes from because we can keep going. I don't want to keep talking. We got another guy. Oh, that's a girl. Uh, she about to
That's
fuck
Spirit
somebody up.
Oliver. She's been on the panel all night. She's actually in the streets right now at the club. Um,
Where is she? What city is she in? It's 10 o'clock in California, so she got to be
so she's in Houston right now. That's the Red Rooster
turned
in
up,
Houston.
turned up,
Yeah.
turned up.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Where you at right now?
I am in DC.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like what you said about that as far as like the man's work and his role and also the woman being your helpmeet. So if we would equate that to today's society relevant as I think that the word shouldn't change regardless of societies.
Hmm.
If we equate that to today, would we say that the woman is not equipped to be out here working every single day and doing the 9 to 5?
Well, they never were. They never were.
See, Lionel, this is what I'm talking about. I agree with this.
Wait. Who's on? What happened?
I agree with this. So I don't necessarily think that women need to bring those things to the table as far as like career and money. I agree with you saying that
But no,
there's some.
they can have multi-million-dollar careers doing womanly duties. Like imagine running a government funding daycare where you get like see women never focused on how to do womanly things. Like there's so much things that women can do, make a lot of money doing it. Like it's just so many things, jobs I could think of that come up. If they want to make money and be entrepreneurs, they can do it, but from home, like home and gardening, especially in 2025. Imagine
Mhm.
growing imagine growing a garden, get on YouTube and showing you everybody how you garden. Just imagine doing what. See, you know what? I hate to bring it.
So
I don't want to. Go ahead.
this question here says, "Why do you want women to be broke? Like, damn, help your king out."
Help picking. No, no. Who said that?
Well, this is no, you didn't say that. He's referring to me, most likely.
But he
Uh,
doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that time is also money and the value of things today.
hmm
My wife and I went to work and
He's
we
talking
spent.
to me though.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad,
Yeah,
man. All right, I'm sorry.
I don't necessarily think that the woman needs to come there with a job and money. I think that the woman should show up somewhat helpless, like, but ready, ready to take on her role, if that makes sense.
It does. Hey, you see me on TC channel, so I'm known to babble a little bit. So you know you got to cut me off. I'm sorry about that.
You're
She
all
said.
right.
She said he was
Spirit, what
talking to me though. My bad.
Spirit, so how's the club looking tonight? I see you puffing on something right now.
Uh
Would you
oh.
like to explain your environment? Or would this be someone who could meet be the other half of the table?
No,
Oh,
no,
wow.
no, no. That's a baby mama. That's a future baby mama, and proud of it. That's a
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare I? How dare I?
Yes.
What do you mean? How dare you? Look
How
at her. Look at her. She's
She's a
proud, smoking.
wonderful,
Yeah,
hardworking
she's a
woman.
wonder heart. I'll give her all that. But she's not a. Why would
And
you
she
put me on
says
blast and
that
say?
she's out here looking for her king as well.
No, she not. No, she not. No, she
And
not.
she has a lot to
She
offer and
looking
bring
for.
to
She
the
looking
table.
for a baby daddy. She no, she not. She walking around smoking a blunt.
Yeah. Well, this is
Nah.
the reason with Raw. So a lot of people smoke on this panel.
Yeah, but you can do it in the privacy of your own home. I do a lot of things in the privacy of my own home. But
Yeah.
you outside in public, you can get pulled over, arrested. Somebody can be watching you. You on the internet. The internet's outside. I mean, it's yeah. If you're doing it in the privacy of your own home, who gives a shit? I would rather you do that on camera because I'd be like, damn, she's responsible. But then outside walking around, look, she ain't got a care in the world.
Yeah, so she's having a great time. She's worked all week. She's taking care of her child.
Well, why
So
not
now
do that
she's
in the
having
privacy? See,
daycare.
you asked me that question from the woman. My bad. I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Yes, I
Well,
want
I
you
was
to
good.
answer it. I asked you it so you can answer it. Please feel free.
She's walking around outside the comfort. She's unprotected with no man smoking a blunt. The police can. I don't know what state she's in. That's just not a good. As a woman, you know that's not a good look. And I've been listening to you talk. You know your mama
Yeah,
wouldn't have did that, no matter how much weed they smoke. Your daddy
I
wouldn't
mean,
even did that.
yeah, I am still like with that mentality of women shouldn't be out besides a particular time unless they outside with their man so that they can be protected. I think in that way a lot of other women don't think that way. So.
Well, I don't even think men. I don't like when men be on camera all day smoking weed, but or drinking. Even if they do it off the camera, do it off the camera because it's just not a good look on. It's not a good on camera look, especially when we know what YouTube is now. This
Mhm.
shit is forever. Everybody's watching. Even you think's not watching. Everybody's watching.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
why give them ammunition to say this is what you're doing or to show that like especially in my age, bro, I'm 42, bro. Like to be on camera smoking and drinking and every once in a while is cool, but all the time that's what you're known for. I don't get it. And that's no
Yeah.
disrespect to you, because you
Oh,
are a
no.
Roscoe. You probably have smoke sessions. And,
Oh yeah, I smoked the whole show and every Panama on. I have no issue with it. You know, it's legal here, so I'm okay.
where you at again?
DC.
The district. Oh, federal. It's a federal law. Yeah, yeah. I'm in
Uh,
California, so we fight that
Lionel
shit hard.
says women are too helpless today. He was saying what I was saying though. Why can't she work from home? I agree with him. Time is absolutely money. That's why I'm trying to figure out why she can't work from home. Doing something to bring extra to the house. I'm already doing 90%. So Lionel, I think that you're definitely disrespectful for saying that you're doing 90% of the work in the home and outside of the home in regards to the woman.
Well, hold on,
Um,
hold on, hold on, hold on. What did he say? Wrong. I got to defend Lionel. He don't have a voice. What do you mean?
Lionel says that why
What's
can't
not
the
90%?
woman, the 90% is he's doing everything in regards for the family. So why can't the woman work from home doing something like you mentioned, like a daycare or something? That's 10%. She could at least do that, is what he's
Oh,
saying.
that would be if she do what I'm saying, it would be more than 10%. But
So you
yeah,
don't think that being a full time mother or homemaker it takes
yeah,
on a
that
lot?
yeah, yeah. But I want 4 kids. I want at least 4 kids out of you. Um, yeah, there'll be stipulations. I would want them homeschooled to about fourth grade, fourth grade homeschool. Fifth, sixth, we can start sending them into private or public schools if you want to. Um, yes, yes, I would want you
Four
to. Yeah,
four kids, all
4 kids.
homeschool.
Yeah, this is me. If I knew what I knew 20,
Understand,
15,
understand.
17, yeah,
Hmm.
this is what I would want to teach my son and make him more successful and hustle. Just way more oriented about this earlier in life. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. So,
So,
but go ahead.
someone mentioned earlier in the chat that considering that men provide majority of the resources for the woman, that they are often their mental health is often a lack of
Overlook.
concern for women. Considering that it is Mental Health Awareness Month, do you think that mental health for men is overlooked by women most times than not?
Mm, that's a good question. Um, but I'm gonna say something that is kind of messed up, so I'm gonna try to watch my words with it.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think men have the excuse of mental health.
Mm,
Um, Mental health is not a manly, and because I know men have mental health, right? Is this is real? So I want to watch my words with it. So I think a lot of the, yeah, I got to think about that question. I never been asked that on the spot, and this is I'm new to this channel, so I don't want to say things that.
you're
But
good. You're good.
in jest, I want to say mental health in men is something men got to overcome because most women come with that kind of excuse, the bipolarism, postpartum depression, this, that. Most women, not most, a lot of women come with that. So, as a man, as a leader, imagine if you got mental health and you trying to lead somebody with some type of unknown mental health. I just don't think it's a. I think it's a cop out. I don't know how else to explain it. I think you got to overcome that. As a man, you got to overcome because okay, I should have said this before I went on my rant. What is mental health? What are you saying mental health is?
When we're saying mental health, we're talking about his mental awareness, how he deals with stress, how he deals with problems, how he his ability to rationalize things and deal with people and stuff. And if he is overworked or overwhelmed for providing all those resources, certain parts of his life may lack from that. And do women necessarily pay attention, and are they recognizing that in the man?
Well, that's one of the qualities you should look for in a man. somebody who addresses these issues and overcome them. And like if you were the man and all his little brothers or his older sisters or his cousins always call him when he got his problems, and he's the one that can sit there and rationalize them, and even sometimes take them problems on as his own and express it to you like, man, my cousin just said this, and I'm just thinking about, and you could probably see him mentally going through something from somebody else. I think that's a manly trait. If you can't deal with your own problems and calculate them and overcome them, I just think that's a man. I think most men, I think most men have to overcome that mentally. Their family upbringings, their rebelliousness, going against their father, and then realizing their father was right, and then trying to see everybody else go against you, and they realize that you right, and you just, so
Hmm.
I
Well,
just
thank
went
you
through
for.
some.
Go ahead.
Go, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Thank you for that, Art. We have Lionel Suggs on the panel, so I do want to introduce him. Hi, Lionel. Thank you for joining, and happy Saturday to you.
Good evening. Happy Saturday to y'all. I
I'm
wanted
in a.
to touch on art real quick though.
Go
What's
ahead.
up, big dog?
Um, so you don't know me, but I've been sharing my story, sharing my mom's story, and I've been talking to certain people, and the thing is, I'm trying to show how do I start this. My mom was 11 years old when she had me.
Oh,
She, yeah, she was a product of, she was raped, literally tossed in the rain like trash afterwards. That is my conception.
let me count.
I don't have the whole daddy situation.
I'm here. I'm here.
And this is a woman who she suffered a lot. But if we're not talking about her, I am I had to deal with being the product of vicious rape. I had to deal with the fact that I'm living on the streets literally with my young mom and I am assaulted by an older man. I have to deal with the fact that I've been assaulted various times by men. I have to deal with, just a lot of that. Mom eventually has another child, and she'll tell you, so you don't have to really take my word, but I had to raise my brother. Then she had a girl, and I had to raise her also. I did not like having to do that, but that was my job because we didn't have men around. I've had to deal with the fact that I don't personally feel like I should be here in this life because of how I was born. But I appreciate being here. So some of that stuff will end up stemming off I to other people. I handle it. I've done to help, as people would say. But for anyone to say just get over it, it does not work that way. But I also know not to be unloading all of that on these women because they can't handle it.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
so I make no excuses. This is where I say I do as much as I say I do because I can't make excuses. I'm going to be held accountable. Damn near every man I've met has blamed me for my own abuse or has blamed my mom for her own abuse. So we've always had to live in being able to hold ourselves accountable because the world tells us it's our fault. So I wanted to touch on that because I get what you mean with the mental health, but I do understand that there are situations where it's all encompassing in things that you do and it defies your existence. But you do have to be in charge of that.
Hmm.
Art, would you like to respond in any way?
Yeah. Uh, sorry, I don't mean to. Yeah.
So Art is a man of many words. So oftentimes he has pauses and it takes him his time to gather. So go ahead,
Yeah.
Art. Is
Yeah. That was because it's a lot I want to say, and I gotta be mindful that we on the internet, right? And me and you, I would rather have this conversation off air, um, because I got a cousin that experienced that and recently came out about that, what you said at the beginning. But what I did say to my cousin in private that I will share a little bit with you on air is that how do I want to say this? If it no, I don't. Yeah, I don't want. I don't want to touch that, Ross girl. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So, in
Is
regards
there
to,
is it a better way I can approach that? Because
I
I
mean,
kind of don't.
definitely. So okay, so let me start with this. Do you think that mental health is something that is real?
Yes, I do. I do, especially the way he explained it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a man, there are ways to understand that, cope with it, and get over it. Because this might sound harsh, but if it wasn't for that incident, he wouldn't exist, right? So, in his own way, he has to find a way to forgive first his mom and then have an understanding of his father. If I hope I said that right. Um, and I don't know him from a can of paint. So, in my heart, this is what I told my cousin because I don't know what life. Yeah, you said your mom was 11. Yeah, that's crazy. It's hard to answer that. That's a tough one. So, but what I would say is you have to find some forgiveness in yourself to move on. Like you have to forgive everything that happened in your life. Not forget it, forgive it, and then move on so you don't become that person. And I'm not
So
talking to you directly. Go ahead.
Oh,
so I
I
get,
I got you.
and I get what Lionel was saying. I think what I am hearing him say is he's very much a man, but men also should have
No, I
a
hear it in his
space.
voice. He's very much a man. I hear it.
But men should also have a space and shouldn't have to always be so stoic. It should be a
But
place
he
where
wasn't a man. He wasn't. Sorry, Ross. Go ahead.
it should be a place where feelings and emotions and mental states are recognized in men, and oftentimes it isn't because the world thinks that the man is so strong and the man can take on anything. So as you said, he has to get over it. But it
But
should not.
you sound
It
harsh when
shouldn't
you said that.
necessarily be like that. No, I'm
Yeah,
not trying to sound harsh, but I'm just saying like it shouldn't necessarily
yeah.
be like that. Chaotic believes that mental health isn't well, and that men should never say that they suffer from mental health. So he says that
Uh,
everywhere. Some people think that.
and I promise I've never heard you say that. Heard him say that. So
Yeah, but
that's just my own mental state is like you have to come over it, especially if you're gonna have a wife and kids. Kids got come through bullying. Like you have to be able to have reach into your own life story. The fact that this man Lionel was able to reach into his life and bring that up, he can reach millions of kids with that. He can reach millions of kids. Not even
well,
that
he
went through that.
has.
Go ahead.
I'm sure he has, and I'm sure he's let whatever he's been through
Yeah, no,
feel
no.
in a
Yeah.
more positive way.
I've never heard somebody be so comfortable and just I've never met him. I've never even been to your channel before. And that was deep, man. I wasn't expecting that. And I don't mean that men can't go through mental health. My point was we have to overcome it to be men. Or unless you're gonna end up, we call it skid row out here. You're gonna end up
Hmm.
on somebody's drug, drinking somebody's alcohol every night, trying to overcome. You're gonna overcome it one way or another. It is gonna be the drugs, the penitentiary, or the morgue. Or mentally you have to fight it. And
Hmm.
that's just the world we live in, and that's the legacy. That's what I talk about. Like that's what you pass on to your kids and make it stronger and build and build and build. But somebody has to be the foundation, and maybe Lionel might be the foundation. into what can be his new the new legacy,
Mm,
because his story starts off, it sucks starting off, but just imagine, Ben Carson. You ever heard of Ben Carson?
yeah.
One of the first, I think, brain surgeons, or he
Hmm.
separated the Siamese. He was born. His mom was 14. She was born illiterate. I think 14, somewhere around there. She was born illiterate, couldn't read at all. Lived in project housings, and ended up taught her son how to read, and he became Ben Carson, one of the smartest men ever to live. So,
Yeah.
and that's the foundation he started on. And if you read his book, I think it's called Gifted Hand. I know the movie is called Gifted Hands. I read his.
Mm, I think we lost Art. Hey, Lionel.
Hello, Roz.
Thank you for joining. It's been such a long time. I just want to tell you personally, thank you for all your messages on IG. I don't want to get teary eyed, but they as I tell you all the time, they mean so much to me. So thank you for always sending those. I truly appreciate them.
You're
So yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. So I know you have so much to say about this. You've been talking in that chat about women and men.
My bad, my bad. I had a phone
You're
call coming
good.
through.
You've been talking in the
Hello,
chat about you're back. Thank you.
hello.
You hear us?
Fuck no, I can't hear.
I don't think he can hear us. You've been talking in the chat about women and men. So what do you think? Do you think there's something that men can bring to the table other than money that women are enamored and fascinated by, or is it all about the money?
My question is, what
My
are
bad.
women enamored and fascinated by? Like you've been talking, and because I've been in the chat. But what do you think women? What do you see? What are women enamored by? Because
Women
I
are
did ask you that question earlier.
okay. Hold on one second. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I got a phone call that came through.
Oh, okay.
People
So
see people see I'm busy when they call. Go ahead.
Lionel asked me, "What are women enamored by in men?" Are you asking me besides money, Lionel?
Yeah. Besides money, what do you think? What
Okay.
do you see?
Women are enamored by a man's emotional
Uh-uh.
intelligence. They're enamored by the care and concern that he shows her. They're enamored by his hard work ethic that he shows if he goes to work every day or if he's looking for work every day. They are enamored by the love that he shows to his family, or to his mother. It gives them a sense of security that if they were the woman in his life, that he would give that to her. um they're enamored by the security that he would show, like in his physical attributes, as well as just how he carries himself and how he protects her, how he opens doors. If she walks on the right side, if he opens the door and walks in behind her. Like, there's so many things, Lionel, that a man can do to chivalry, like being a gentleman, those things.
So, but is all of that above the money?
All that is, in my opinion, can be can be negotiable and above money. Yes. Yes.
Nah, it took you too long to work that out.
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
know where it starts.
When I think about dating in my way back then, it wasn't like I wasn't attracted to the money. I'm attracted to the person. A man is a person with or without his money. He looks really nice with money, but without his money, he is a man. A man
Is
still.
that what you hear the women saying on these streets?
Huh?
Is
No,
that what you hear the women? What are they saying?
the women are not saying that on these streets, and I feel that that is definitely not the right message. The women on the streets are saying things like a man needs to spend 300, $400 on them on a date. I think that's unrealistic. The women on the streets are saying that a man needs to pay for all the bills. I think that's unrealistic. The women on the streets are saying that, they shouldn't come to the table with anything. I think that's unrealistic. I think that to think that they can be in relationships and still go 100% and have independency is delusional. I think that the woman should be more interdependent. I think that she should do things to invest in a relationship so that in time the relationship will grow in wealth and also in love. Like they say that the quickest way to be wealthy is to be in a marriage. So in relationships, if they're giving to each other, then I think that all is well. You don't think so? You think that's a fantasy?
Okay, because you do say a lot on top of each other. He right.
Just tell me to be quiet, y'all.
No, you're fine. It's your show.
Hey,
But
I told her we both long winded, so
you realize when there's all right. So that one of your last points, the marriage thing. When they tell you, hey, quickest way to wealth is when you're in a marriage. But you realize the whole reason of that is because the dude is sitting here thinking, I gotta over provide at this point. I gotta
Over provide.
maximize. I gotta maximize my potential. I gotta over provide. I want to
yeah,
have
I don't
family.
think that's over providing though. You said, is that over
No,
providing or just
well, see, now I'm trying to use both mentalities because the women they want you to go above and beyond.
yeah,
You're,
yeah.
you're looking at it as just providing. That's how the men gonna look at it.
Tell Blue Jay she got to cam up because she gonna talk shit about me. Tell her to cam up. Fuck
Cam
it.
up, Blue Jay.
Yeah, cam up, Blue Jay. Who gives a shit?
Over providing. You don't see that as a teamwork. It's two people now. It's a partnership. It
Well,
may
that's
be
why I asked him.
times.
Why do
That's
you
why
say
I asked him.
why do you say partnership though? Because I'm the leader.
Mm,
Yeah, you are the leader. True
mm.
enough.
Uh oh, Roscoe. Roscoe.
There's
Hey,
always a
you're the
cap.
help me. You're the help me. You're the
Yeah,
replenisher. You're the when you ever play Mario, Super Mario or Mario
uh huh,
Brothers,
uh huh.
you're like the mushroom, the flower, the leaf. Like
But that's okay.
you help us defeat the levels. No, I'm just playing. You're the
But
No,
that's
extra
always
man.
the
he's
captain on
right.
the team, Lionel, and that's
You
okay. But I'm saying that the woman contributes
You
to the pot, right?
Rob, you said partner. I can't let you go away, get away with that. That's not
But she's
partner
not
for
a
the
partner.
partnership.
Oh, she can't be a partner.
what
She
did she
has.
say?
She
She's
can't be
no,
a
she said
partner
partner.
at all.
If you want to help with my business, but at the end of the day, I'm the leader. You're following my lead. This is my
Mm,
ship.
mm.
Oh, I have to see. I'm pulling out
Oh,
my book and my pen because I think I'm learning
you have a
something.
problem with that? You have a problem with that, Roscoe?
No, I don't have a problem with that. I said partner, but
Well,
he.
no, I have a leader, right? In my beliefs, I have a leader. That's
Mhm.
my that's like my God, my belief system, right?
Mhm.
You have a leader, which is me. So we're all following the same. We're all going to the same destination, in my mind, in my
Mhm.
opinion. Oh, here come the party girl. But no, we're all going the same place. It's just different entities in between to get there. And then our kid follows you and your upbringing, your teaching, whatever you taught them. So it's like a trickle down effect, and it's a recycling effect. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
I totally agree with that. I just realized that maybe my wording was incorrect because you definitely made me realize that. I do think that the man is the leader and the woman should follow. So partnership should
Nah,
definitely
See, that's the thing with women, though. It's a triggering effect. No, I'm just doing this for content and argue. But that's the thing with women, though. Y'all hear words like leader, and y'all initially get triggered. Your initial thought was like, I am, oh. And
No,
then and
it was about partnership. Like I've never saw the negativity in partnership until
well,
Lana
partnership
made it.
partnership is like Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
It's like Larry A. Or what's the Johnson? That's a partnership. Two people coming together with the same exact, you know, things and bringing it together and partnering together and growing a company. What
Yeah.
what
So the
what? I,
leader will delegate the certain thing responsibilities to the team members on what they can do to invest in the pot, right, Lionel?
yeah, but the woman will be more like the maybe the chief of staff. That's not a CEO. What is the chief CFO? Chief of what is that? Whatever that is. They would be like in charge of who I let around him. Can I give a good example? No, I don't want to use that example. Nope. I don't use it. I want to be wise in my words. I don't like to offend people.
That
But
was a good one, Lionel. Every time you come up, see. Oh wow. So what should it be called, Lionel? What is it called then if it's not partnership?
Roz, hold on, Roz, because you just y'all just gave an example, and then you tried to keep talking. But the reality of this is, you've already created the foundation that the women shouldn't be coming into the relationship with a lot of stuff. So we're already not equal.
wait, explain what
I'm
you said.
saying, I'm saying in this new world, women should not be coming. Men are looking for women to come to the table with jobs, be boss women,
No, that's a
protect
lie.
the
That's a lie.
money
That's a
and
lie.
stuff.
No, that's a lie.
I
That's a lie. You're lying.
I agree with him. That's a lie.
don't.
That's a lie.
A lot of men say
No,
that.
no, women, no, women expect to come with minimal and the men to match. And they come with not only minimal, but extra baggage. They don't even come with, they don't even come with, see, they don't even think, they, see, women think men don't have standards. We have age requirements. We have, we have standard of beauty. We have weight limits. We have height limits even. We have breast size, booty size. We have all those judgments. Not saying all of us have that, but we come with standards too.
He's right.
And to
Okay.
say and women think that they should can be pigeonholed into all our standards. Oh, I'm a nurse. I've never said look, if me and Lionel went out to drink and at a bar and we sat at the bar and I would never say, hey Lionel, look at her. She look like she got a master's degree. I would never say that. I'm like, hey
Mm.
Lionel, she got a fat. Look at her, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at her. Now, women they might go to the bar and be like, hey, look, I just saw him hop out that. I'm old, so I'm gonna say 7:45. You know what I mean? Hey, look, oh, I just see him hop out with them on them 22s, girl. We don't say stuff like that. We not gonna say, oh, look, she just got out new Jordans and that new. No, we go look. She look like she about 25. Look at her. She classy.
Hi, social awareness.
What
Hi,
you say,
Ross.
Blue Jay? What's up? What's up, Blue Jay?
I said social awareness. All right, we're working on that.
Hey, Blue Jay. Happy Saturday to you, and welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
You can
Sorry,
add
I
your
didn't know
input if you
if
would
you
like.
guys were talking to me the last time. Am I on a lag? But I couldn't hear anything, so I dropped down. But you guys, I'm glad you can hear me now. Is my mic sound okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
you're a
don't you
little
come?
low,
You got
but
to
I'm gonna
come
get.
up though.
It's
You got to come
low.
up because you're talking
You
fast.
know, I
Talking fast.
can't.
You're okay.
I'm
I'll turn it up.
I'm just doing some stuff around my house, but I figured since Lionel, I usually do come up on your show on Ross, but
You're good. Go ahead. So, what do you think about this, Blue Jay? Do what can a man bring to the table other than money?
Mm, great
oh, a lot
question.
of things. Yeah, I think
That is a freaking great question.
just like protection, like not even protection is necessarily like fighting off intruders, but just protecting your like your spirit and your heart and your like your children, and
But
also giving you another
wait, so
perspective.
Blue Jay. It's
Lord,
a man's job to protect your children or his children.
well, their children,
Oh,
but you can define their children however they want to define their children.
if he comes to the table with children, is it his job to protect those children from day one? Like
Yes,
they
if he commits to doing so,
from
yes.
day one. Day one. Oh,
I don't know what you mean by day one. Date one or
Day one, yeah, day one, not date one, day one. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know.
And
You're
what
talking
else?
about art.
Protect the children. And what else, Blue Jay?
my bad. Go ahead.
Um, just like be a kind of like a rock. I guess would be a good way to explain it. I think that's more important than money. I mean, depending on you can't be homeless. Obviously, you can't. That's no longer feeling protected. But you don't have to be rich to have that.
So you think that the more intrinsic things, being supportive and being protective and all those things are more important than money or the money that he brings.
I do, but I also think they often come along in pairs because people with a lot of integrity and character and that keep their word and are diligent people typically
Hmm.
do end up being successful in business as well, and which comes along with money. So I think a lot of people disconnect those two and they just completely separate them when they're actually quite closely related, in my opinion.
Hmm. And Blue Jay, the independent woman. Are you an independent woman?
Uh, I mean, not really. I don't think. I
Okay.
Mm,
mean, I
mm,
am, but
mm.
like I rely a lot, even not even if it's necessarily money, but like I rely on my parents a lot just for social like support, like emotional support. So I don't feel like I'm without like in need of other humans. So like catch me sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So, considering that you're not, you would say that you're not an independent woman. Um, have you seen the independent woman or know of the quote unquote independent woman? And would you say that that woman is asking to be saved?
Well, I guess it depends on if that is her goal and is to be independent or not. So if it's like the boss babe kind of woman, I don't think she wants to be saved. I think she knows what she wants. I
Mm-hmm.
think the other independent kind of women that maybe um, are not going to take something that's detrimental to them just to have a man in their life. But so they're not desperately searching, but they're also not closed to it. I think those independent women are, I mean, what was the phrasing you said? Reaching out for what? Saving or something?
To be saved.
Yeah, I don't know. I think more like found, I would say.
So when I say
Mm,
when
mm,
I say be saved, I'm saying be saved by a man.
No, I would say be found by a man. I think it's like
mm,
different.
That's a good one. Thank you for that. I say
You're
that
welcome.
because there was a woman on IG and she said that she's tired of working. She's tired of having to the take her trash out. She wants to now learn, she wants to be in line, she wants to listen, she wants to help a man and support him in his dreams because she needs a life manager, and a life manager would be her husband. So
Just
do you think that most women are seeking a man so that they can be saved?
so in that regard, I would say it's just going in with a completely wrong mentality because if she's sick of working mowing the lawn, maybe that he's sick of working and mowing the lawn too. So you got to go into it with like we're both going to be giving something like what makes sense for me to give, you to give, what ends up best. Like it can't be okay, fine, I'll do your laundry so I don't go out in the sun and sweat and do the lawn or get up at 5 a.m. I could get up at 10. Like, that's more selfish in my opinion. So I think that's more being saved, more like trying to find someone that like a sucker.
Okay. And my last question is oh God, I forgot it. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We can go to someone else too because I need to get some water. I'm like I've been I was like love talking to you, though, Russ. Thank you for
Well,
letting me
let
know.
me respond to some of the things that you
Okay.
said. The last thing you said, so I personally think that that question I asked you, do you think that most women are trying to be saved? I think that most women should want to be saved, and I think that this saving is the man, and I think that that woman in that
mm.
video was on the right track.
Okay. Well,
In my opinion.
Yeah,
Who
and
was
I
the
didn't see
video?
it,
What
so
was the
maybe I'm
video? I missed it.
interpreting it wrong. But it just
I,
when I
I
hear
missed the
women say it,
video.
hold on, Art, she was talking to me.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But I guess maybe I'm interpreting the word saved as like a desperate, like negative, and obviously I know you're not, or you wouldn't agree. So maybe we're just not on the same baseline with that.
Well, I mean, like, because I would think, I mean, and I gave a reference of me as a single woman, like, and then transitioning and not wanting to work hard. I mean, not necessarily wanting to work hard anymore, but not wanting to go into work every single day, not wanting to pay all the bills and have the stress of every single thing that I had to do adulting. And I felt like having a better half would help and would basically save me and give me some life. So, and I think that is with a man.
Okay, but the difference is, um, like you were not just like homeless and just like coming on in and just looking for a place. Like you have your own life, and then so yes, sharing finances maximizes the benefits, but also for that man, he's also sharing, so they maximizing his too. So it's a win-win. So I think that's the difference.
And I also think, Blue Jay, that women should have to come to the table with as much as the man. I think that women should come to the table with other things other than money.
That sounds like me right now. I can't do it.
But
You're
what if
full of
other
shit.
things? Hold on. What are
I'm
other
like, I
things?
think she's trolling. Then I'm like, okay, now I know. You're
Of
full of
those
shit.
other things,
I
like
mean, okay, yeah,
being
okay, I see what we're doing. We're gonna appease art. Okay.
those other things, as Lytle asked me, I would say being able to be a homemaker, being able to take care of kids, being smart and intelligent, being able to support the man emotionally through all his mental strife when he goes out in the world to come back and bring the money and bacon home to take care of the house. I think that that woman should be able to what
She
else
should
is
be
it?
cooking in high heels in an
Cooking,
apron, and that's
There,
it.
there
um,
you go. There you
Every
go.
night.
There you go.
cooking,
There you
be
go.
She
having
better.
home worker,
She
washing, all those
better
Hey,
things,
hey,
have
Ron,
be
being
Ron,
looking
Ron,
good every day, right?
Ron, Ron.
See, Ross, you were
You
doing
left.
great without me, but I thought I was just annihilate. I'll just come out and be over.
No, Raj, you left off some important things. You have to.
go
You
ahead.
have to look. You have to look good as
She
far as
has to,
like
yeah,
taking
keep
care
her
of
body
herself.
up.
Yeah, there you go. Come on.
Yeah,
As
keeping her
long as you
body
can.
up.
As long as
She
you
has to
can.
keep her body up, be his spiritual partner, be everything and entice him. And
Smile.
I think
Don't
that those
talk.
are the
Smile.
things.
There you go.
No
There you go.
speaking.
Smile, be agreeable. I think those are the things that the woman needs to be to get this reward in this man that makes life so much easier.
Do you see that from the women
Now that
today?
you put it that way, Ross, yeah, the man is the prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
Art
Roz,
said,
are you seeing that from the women today though?
am I seeing that from the women today?
Why is it so easy?
Not necessarily, but I think that's because the women are more independent, of course. And I don't think that marriage and relationships is more of a conversation today, I think that is so much more things that people are doing now. They have so many different types of styles of relationships. They have swingers, they have people who say that they are what is it, pansexuals and all this stuff. So
Polygamous.
yeah, all that. So I don't think that people are have a foundation or cultural or religious base for relationships and things that lead up to marriage now, or even to be like quote unquote womanly or manly,
Well, something just popped up in my head when you said
And
that,
what
right?
was that, Art?
You see what Cardi B is going through right now, right?
Yes.
But
She's
Which,
getting a divorce from Offset and he wants her to pay alimony, requesting alimony.
but she's
well, does she got a
also,
new baby? Is she pregnant or something?
she's also dating a guy that's openly doing his thing, and that was the reason why she left
What?
Offset.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The- So,
I was crying about that.
so do you think, not to change the subject, or maybe let's
No,
change
you're
it, get it
fine. Go
swiftly.
ahead.
Do you think she was better off staying with? the father of her children, her husband, and correcting their mistakes, or moving on with a guy that openly disrespects her and doesn't want to be with her. Because 9 times out of 10, women,
That's hard.
people, now I'm not going to just say women, we
I
all
think it.
think
I
the
don't know.
grass, but I think especially women. Women
No,
are
I think it
quick to
hurts more from him.
Blue Jay. I'm
Offset.
talking.
Listen,
Blue Jay.
I know, but
Nope.
you talk a
Remember, you
long
just
Let him
told
time.
me.
let him finish Jay, and
And
then
now
you
I'm
can
fucking with Blue
respond.
Jay. I'm
But
fucking with Blue Jay.
he has too many questions in a row, so he can't answer the question because he moves
So
to
does
another
Rose
part.
girl. This is, and so do you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Blue Jay. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you just said, do you think he would have been better off with Offset or with the new guy? And then you started like on a new set
All right,
of
can you slow
questions.
down? You talking fast.
Okay, you said, do you think she should have stayed
I think
with her kid's father
Hey,
and make it
Roswell, what's the
work?
name
I
of your
think
channel?
that
I'm trying to get it on my TV. What's the name of your channel?
The reasoning with Ross.
The Reasoning,
Uh huh.
all one word, or
R REASONING space with Ross.
Roz. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say I think with Offset it was a lot more hurtful because she expected them to just be a family like that. So I think going into a new guy one, she's probably not ready to be like super vulnerable anyway. So that might be like finding her level right now. And also she has kids and it's a messy divorce, so she knows like nobody serious should want to even get in that, or that they might be emotionally unhealthy, because why would you? So I think that she couldn't stay with him even though she knew it was probably going to suck anyways. But maybe later, after
I don't get
the
to. I don't
waters
get your
calm
logic. I don't get
down,
your
she
logic. I
can
don't get your
find love
logic.
again. I'm saying
I don't.
she knows that she, huh?
I don't get your logic.
So I think what she's saying is that she thinks that she should have stayed with her husband to try to work it out, but she doesn't
No,
think that the guy she doesn't think that she should have stayed with her husband, and she
I
doesn't think that
think
the guy that
she
she's
was
with
too
is
hurt.
serious.
Yeah, I think there was too much resentment and hurt. So it was almost better for her to just have to like know that
But where did the hurt come from?
from him.
Because he was cheating on her throughout the
But then,
marriage.
but then, but then get with a guy that openly disrespects
Got
you.
me
And,
mute. Sorry, Lionel. Did he get
But the guy
talking?
that openly disrespects her, I don't necessarily think that he's her. By Lionel, I don't think that he's her. Like, he's just a jump. He's a rebound. He's just a jump off.
yeah. So do women ever recover from
Exactly.
their? Do women ever recover from their first love? I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Well,
do.
he's not necessarily her first love. He's just her husband and the man she had children by.
Right.
Doesn't mean he's her first love.
And they recover anyways. Women recover better than men, a long term. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do
if
think that
even if a guy
women.
wanted to be serious with her right now, how could she respect him? Because what self respecting man is jumping into that?
I
She knows
definitely think
that.
that she shouldn't have tried to make it work with Offset. I think that she should take her time to try to figure out what it is that she needs and wants. And
Yeah.
I hope that she doesn't have to take pay Offset alimony. Um
Hey, you said
And sometimes
reasoning
it's
with
just better to
Roz,
be,
RAS? Reasoning
yes.
with.
oh my gosh. Sometimes it's
My
better
bad.
to be alone than to be hurt all the time. And
Mhm.
maybe she just figures that that's not optimal, but that's still better.
Mhm. What were you going to say, Art?
No, I was trying to find your page, but don't worry about it. Nah, I like
Art,
this
you're on it
conversation, but
right now though, right?
yeah, on my phone. But I wanted to watch it on my screen right here.
I think
But
it's
don't worry
all
about it.
one word. It might be
It's
all one
the
word.
reasoning with Ross.
All one word.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think
it don't
so.
matter. But no. But what I was
In the
saying was
search, I mean.
what what I was saying was I just think she had a better chance of getting with her husband and making her family work
Oh,
than
hey,
being
Art,
out
sorry.
on.
Go to your history on your new device. Go to your YouTube history and it'll just be there.
Okay, got you. Thank you. But no, no, I just think she's better off making it work with her husband or baby daddy than whatever she's going to experience for the rest of her life. Like, I just don't see it happening.
So you don't think that she should try to go but is that because you don't think you believe in the legacy and you don't think that she would be chosen
I
by
mean, it would
someone
be
else
hard to
with
follow that
kids?
up. It would be hard for her to follow that up.
Mhm.
Um,
Does he even seem remorseful at all, though? He keeps doing it.
say it again.
Does he seem remorseful? Does he seem like he cares about
He
her
doesn't have
feelings?
to. Women, he does. He's
Why
a man. He
would she
doesn't have.
want to live her life like that?
Hold on, Blue Jay. Go ahead. What did you say? He doesn't have to be remorseful.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to live how she lives. He can just go ahead and create some last names. She's gonna forever show
No,
up
that's not what
with.
I said. I said, why would,
Let's say his
if she
last name
stays
Williams.
with him,
Every kid in his last name is going to be Offset. It's going to be
no,
baby Offset,
we're
baby
talking about if
Offset.
they stay married, that you said that is preferable.
No, if she
But
has kids by other people,
no,
what I'm saying
you
it.
said you think they should stay together.
Wait, say it again.
You
You
just
talk.
said,
So
do you think
basically,
she should stay with Offset? That's what you said.
yeah, that's what he
Yes, yeah.
said.
She should have
But
worked
so
that
I'm
out
not talking about him having other kids. I'm talking about if she does that, does he seem like he's been remorseful so far in their marriage, or do you think he'll just keep doing
He
it?
You
said
don't know.
no,
You don't.
he hasn't been remorseful. He's saying why she shouldn't stay. Why she needed to stay with him, though.
Right. And then I said, why would she want to live her life like that to sign up for a life of disappointment over and over? That was my question.
because that's the life she's about to sign up for right now. A life of disappointment over and over. Instead of
How do you
signing
know
up,
that?
I, watch it happen.
At least it's
Just
not a
watch.
guarantee.
It's a
Better than some
guarantee.
hope.
I guarantee you.
Oh my
I
gosh, Art. Now we're
guarantee.
being silly.
I guarantee it. I'll put 100,000. Hey, look, I'll put my life savings on it to $1.
So Blue Jay, he's saying it's a guarantee just because she's a woman who's going to have three babies, and if she goes to be with another man,
Three
those
babies and she's
So
40.
what? So
She's
what? My
gonna
mom
have to
got married
somebody.
at 50 and she
She's
had
gonna
three
she's
kids
gonna
and she
well
they've
she's
been
gonna
married
end
15
up.
years and they're like successful and happy and they go traveling around and then like national parks and shit. They're way happy. What are you talking about that? My
I
stepmom
get
had
it.
five
A
kids. She's
woman's
been married to my
happiness.
dad 25 years. They were mostly
Mm.
grown up. You don't know everybody's future. I'm so like gloom and doom. Like, excuse you, that's not your place to tell everybody that
I know. Why
decides they
can't
don't
this
want
be
to
my
sign up for
opinion
a
though, Blue
life of
Jay? Blue Jay.
punishment that
Why do
so
you
they're
make
gonna
my
Blue Jay,
have
what
to
he's
opinion?
suffer.
saying. So Blue
What?
Rude.
Jay,
Blue Jay
but
makes
let
my opinion like it's not biblical. I'm just giving my opinion, Blue Jay. I
yeah,
don't
I didn't
let
care
say
him
about
make
these.
anything
it.
about the Bible. You said guarantee.
No,
That's a
you make
strong
it.
word.
Yeah,
Guarantee.
that's me giving my opinion. Come on, man. This is YouTube.
So right,
Yeah,
at
Jesus
so
least
Christ.
I would like
don't
to
be
hear
disingenuous on
why.
purpose.
I would like to hear why he guarantees that she's signing up for a life now of unhappiness
Okay,
without
was
her
she
husband.
35? Was she 32, 33, 34?
Oh no, she's definitely older than that, I believe, right? She's
Mm,
definitely like
32,
40,
33.
right?
She can't be 40.
No,
She's
she's
not older
pretty
than that.
younger. I think she's in mid
Offset
30s
is what?
maybe.
Let me see.
But even if
Just,
she was 70, who gives a shit? If she wants to have a chance to be happy,
but
let
she's
her. It's
past
not your
her
place.
prime and she got a baby by a
Oh,
rapper.
see, this
Like,
is the dumb shit. Art, if I didn't know better, I
see,
swear you're not married. If you didn't, I mean, I would take your word for it. But some of the stuff you say
but
is
Oh,
why?
so
she's
Wait,
immature.
wait, wait,
32.
wait. What?
You sound like a
She's
You don't
child.
want?
32.
You don't think women have a prime? You don't think people have primes? You don't believe in prime?
I believe people
Prime
have.
is just your
No, I
best
don't.
time
No,
to
because
get your
some people.
to
Shut
reach
up.
your
Like,
greatness.
listen, please. God damn.
Damn,
It's
she's
a prime
disrespectful.
for a man that's 50 whose kids are all graduated and in college. His prime is not childbearing because he doesn't want any more damn kids. He wants like a 40-year-old and he's like
That's a lie.
55.
Wait, hold on. See,
Bullshit.
women reach their prime
See, this is what I don't like
earlier
about
than
you.
men
Your
do.
absolutes are
Blue
so.
Jay, you have to let him respond.
Okay, I'm going to just mute it up for a minute because I just see fights in my
Yeah,
head.
this girl doesn't like me, and it's just like we got to argue every time. Like,
Go
dude,
ahead, or you can respond.
I just believe that women have an earlier prime and men have a later prime. So that would conclude the conclusion to that will be women date older men and men date younger women. Not in a creepy way, but that's just how it's set up. Men reach their prime later and later. Women,
Statistically, that's not true. People marry people within like 3 years, give or take, of their age range, like vast majority.
Go
so
ahead, Art.
you interrupt me to say that. I saw you interrupting me. Anyway, um,
Better
my
than let you
opinion,
keep saying something wrong.
my opinion, which has no dominion over anything you think, is just my opinion. So, in my opinion, men reach their peak later than women, and that's something I would teach my son or a guy. helps me to have another daughter. Not a daughter, not one daughter, a daughter. I would try for a daughter if I could. Anyway, so I would teach her that in her 20s, early 30s, instead of chasing um, fucking degrees and all this stupid stuff that don't make sense, ask yourself, how can I get the instead of how can I get the best degree? How can I meet the greatest man that can take care of me and my kids
So
forever?
you're like making the presumption that women prefer older men.
No, I didn't. I'm not making no presumptions. I'm
So
telling you what I
Well,
think
if
women.
a man's
I,
in his
hold on.
prime
I'm giving
older than a
advice.
woman
I'm
who's
giving
in their
advice.
prime,
I'm giving advice to
Art,
women.
you're not. I'm just asking you a clarifying question. So
So Art, I have a question for you. You brought up, you said earlier about mental health that men should, you wasn't disrespecting mental health and you didn't discredit mental health, but you did say that men should be able to get through the tough times and the stressful times that cause them to have mental health crisis.
Hmm.
In regards to alimony, and you said that because men are men and they should be men. In regards to alimony and men asking for alimony for from women, do you think that is somewhat of a weakness in a man to want the woman to give him alimony so that he can continue to live his life at a particular lifestyle?
Great question. I think the strength of a man is to go by the law of the land. And if the law says you're owed money and you can't physically put hands on her, because that's the law of human nature. You can just so if we can go by the whatever if whatever you want to do is by the law of the land, I say use the tactic. Use whatever the law of the land says. So if the law doesn't land, now what
I
I
think I
do it.
know why Lionel forfeited. I get it. You know,
Go
he had no
ahead.
chance. He knew it.
What'd you say?
Then I said I know why Lionel forfeited,
Why?
as I saw that you guys had no chance.
No chance of what?
Never mind.
I don't know. Go ahead, Art. The law of the
Men
land.
versus women debate, or
There is no debate. There's no debate. I'm not debating you.
okay, all
What are you talking
right.
about?
That's the great part. You
I'm
don't.
giving
There
my
is.
point of view. You giving your point of view. What is there to debate?
I just call you out on the absolute statements, like the I guarantees and stuff like that. It's
I don't have no absolute say. It's my opinion against yours, and I am
when you
not
say I
trying.
guarantee, that's like more than an opinion.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. If you go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I was
Okay,
just
Art.
like,
So you were saying that you think that a man should go by the law of the land, and if the law of the land
if the
is
law of the land says that's what justice is, get your justice.
mm,
If the law of the land says this is what you did, now I would critique this man one on one. Like, how
mm,
dare you get like on the low? Yes, because I had a homie who did that.
and
Married
what?
somebody, huh?
No, go ahead. Your thoughts.
And he asked my advice on should he go after the little money he was owed because California law, I think it's 8 months, and you get up
Mm,
to a cup, whatever it is,
mm,
if it's worth it, you know. And he was married to a nurse that made 260 a year, so he got 8 months worth of 260. It was like a weird thing, but I was like, he asked me, what do I think about him doing that?
and what did you
And I,
think?
well, I thought, damn man, I see now.
Okay,
I
so
thought it was
look at it like
okay.
this.
Hold
Oh,
on,
go ahead.
because I should have spoke up on the relationship when I saw it. I don't. I thought he was a sucker in the relationship. How he was walking around, he looked like a puppy dog. So I should have told him then, like nigga, you look like the female. So when he gave me the advice, when he came to me, as if it was woman to woman, but I'm a man, and he's like, what should I do? I told him just like this, like you act like you coming to me, woman to woman. You was looking like a sucker that whole relationship, and everybody saw it. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it because you let her convince you into taking this male stay at home male role, helping to take care of her stepkids, and
Hold on,
you in
wait. He was a
go ahead.
stay-at-home dad to the stepkids?
Yeah,
That just
older
seems
stepkids.
weird. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I just
I don't
wanted to.
know. But what does that change if there was a stay at home mom to the stepkids? What is it? What is it?
Well, I guess it depends if she has her own kids. Does he have his own kids?
He did.
Okay, then that's different. I think
No, but they live in a whole nother
the reason is
place.
because if someone's a parent, you learn how to parent as your
No,
child
I'm
grows
asking
up.
you the question.
Hold
Answer this
on, my
question.
gosh, what?
You don't answer no questions. You just
I didn't hear you.
look.
I thought you
So
had something.
is there a difference between a stay at home mom and like would you look at the two entities differently?
I just answered that.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, I
Yes,
didn't
I
hear you.
did.
What did you
I
say?
said depends if she has her own kids, and I said did he have his own kids? And you said yes, and I said okay, then that's different. If
But
you just
they don't live nowhere near here. So or him.
so
So
she so he's not a stay-at-home dad to the kids.
with her kids,
Oh, okay. So
he
his
has
kids
kids
live
like
far
somebody else.
away. Okay, okay, I got you.
So what about
So,
this?
but he knows how to be a father.
The woman has three children. They're married. Now they're splitting up. She's going to have to raise these kids by herself majority of the time, even if they have like, split custody where he sees them every holiday or every weekend. And then he in turn also wants alimony. Is he making that harder for that ex-wife of his? Like,
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Well, I think the. Oh, I thought you were.
We
Go
need to
ahead.
get rid of the whole system. Yeah, if that's the case, if that's the case, we got to go to the whole abortion talk.
Well, we have to clarify the difference between asking for
We got to
and
go to the beginning of the problem.
being granted, because the attorneys will always tell you to go, aim for the moon, and then that way you have a negotiating point. Doesn't mean he's going to get all this stuff.
Okay, Roswell, can I ask you a question?
go ahead.
Should the man be able to abort the baby by saying he wants to abort his wallet, his choice? You know how the women say, "My baby, my choice."
Of
So
course.
can he
Oh yeah.
say? Can
No.
he just sign like before 9 months, from 1 month to 9 months, he knows about this
Force her to
baby?
have an abortion. You mean?
No, no, no. She can have it. I just don't want nothing to do with it.
Oh,
I'm
So
financial
signing up,
basically, like
abortion. They call that
huh?
a
I'm
basically, like
aborting.
giving
financial
up his
abortion.
paternal rights.
Yeah, paternal right. Yeah, and it's just like an abortion. All I gotta do is go down there and I say, look,
Then
I don't
it's
want,
not, because your
even if it's
child is
not my
still
kid.
roaming the earth fatherless. So
Okay,
it's
well,
not like an abortion. It's a financial abortion. It's
so
a cop out.
what's hold on, but you kill it though. So killing and cop. I'm not gonna use that word. Getting rid of it and a cop out. What you think that baby would rather
It's a
have been?
mistake, okay? In my
Well,
opinion,
hold on. What would that
I
baby?
do believe a woman should have a right to choose. However,
And should a man have a right to choose?
it negatively affects the woman. But the difference is there's not an innocent
No, it's
child
a yes or no
suffering.
question.
There's not
But
an
Should a
innocent child roaming the earth suffering.
Blue Jay, the question he asked you: should a man have the right to choose?
So
What
you
do you
ask
think
me
about
if
that?
it's a cop out.
He just asked you: should a man have a right to choose? What do you think about that? Should a man have a right to choose if the woman should have the
Well,
child or not? Huh?
no. I thought my yelling was like super proof that I
So you said
disagree with
no.
him.
She says
No, I think
no.
that's just a way to skirt the financial piece and just. But then
wait? So what do you? So
half of
what?
your DNA
So
is
what?
roaming the earth, wondering where their father is.
Roswell, can you ask her this? What is she doing when you get rid of it? Because she doesn't listen to me. What do you do when you get rid of it?
You're committing like an end of a life. I don't agree with that. I just said that. I don't agree with that. But if
So
you don't
why?
have any power to basically like stop any type of suffering
So
or
so
any type
so
of
so so
existence,
would you want to
then you
end
don't
that?
have.
Hold on. So you don't agree that women should be able to get rid of the child, right?
I agree in everybody's personal autonomy to their body. So in that regard, yes, as a
But what about
constitutional
my
right.
body though? What if I don't want to
Morally,
go to work?
no.
What if I don't want to go to work and give $600 to this kid? I work for this money. I gotta work overtime. I
Then be
work for my.
homeless. They can't like squeeze blood out of a turnip. They can't take money you don't have.
All right, Roscoe, she don't get what I'm saying. You want to pivot and change something else? Or do
So
you want to answer that
basically,
question?
Blue Jay, he's saying if he signs away his paternal rights and financial responsibility to that child prior to the child being born, that is just the equivalency of a woman getting an abortion. You're
Yeah, if
saying
all
that
he's caring about is
he
the three
should
hundred
not
dollars a
have
month,
that
then
right
let
at
him
all.
have it. He can have that. But the fact that he's
But
disregarding
what
an
do you
entire
care
human
about?
being
Hold
that's
on, hold
half
on,
of
hold on.
his spirit and
See,
DNA is
Rosger, I hate
disgusting.
to take over your show, but I want to ask her this: what do you care about when you get rid of it? You said if all I care about is $300 a month, what is it you
Excuse me.
caring
First of all,
about?
I don't appreciate your discussing vulgar language. Get rid of it. And second of all, I just told you three
Get
times
rid of
I
it.
don't
Get
agree with it. But this is what you do. You talk over me every time I say it. I don't morally agree with it. I said that like five times now. But I believe in the constitutional rights of people to decide what's best for their own bodies.
That's not a constitutional right. But go ahead, Rosger. We can move on. I'm sorry.
Prove it.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, about that, a man asking for alimony, knowing that the woman has children. I think that that is, look, I think that that's, look, that should, that is, I
But put the
see,
shoe on the other foot.
what do
Should
you mean?
women? Okay,
Yeah, women
I
should
get what you're
get it.
saying. I get what you're saying. I do agree with that though. I do honestly. If you really want to talk about how alimony should work, but it's nothing's fair. Like what you're saying is true. If a woman, like let's say you get with a man, and when you meet him, he ain't got shit, and then you watch him grow a company, and you help him build the company, and you married for him with 10 years, like a Jeff Bezos,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife, she deserved those
Mm-hmm.
billions. They
Yeah.
made it out of, I think, her parents' garage or whatever they did.
Yeah.
So I think she deserves that, like a real connection like that. But like, and a man the same way. Yeah, if a man is with you, but I think alimony is very precise. Like, he got to be with you while you're making this money until the time y'all divorced, right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't get all your money. If he was
True.
with you when you started making the money until the day you leave him, I think he deserves maybe not 50. I don't know. You
He
got a
is
point
very
there.
wealthy, and I would just believe that even just in normal relationships, I just don't think that men should be granted alimony.
But shit, women though.
Yes, because if he's the leader and he's known to be
I
the
like
provider
that. I
and
like
take
that.
care
No,
of
I like
Roz.
that.
everything,
I
No,
like
then
that.
because
yes,
listen,
when
this is
he
dangerous.
decides when the divorce happens, he should be able to go on and figure
I
out,
like
like
that.
as you said,
I like
when
that.
No,
yeah, like no, I
that's
think
not
Yeah,
going
that
to work though. Because all if you allow them to
I like that.
discriminate on, can I speak? Fuck. We heard you say I like that already. Fine. So, anyways,
No, I was
if
thinking,
if
I'm about to cuss this
think
girl
in
out.
your head, Art.
you guys go ahead, Blue Jay. What do you have to say?
Art infuriates me. But anyway, so if we allow them to discriminate based on gender because it benefits us, that opens up the door for them to discriminate on gender to us,
Mm,
and they'll probably win that battle.
yeah,
Look at Blue Jay using her brain.
I just believe in traditional gender roles. So, for me, I'm kind of. I think that,
Yeah, so do they that we can't vote, work, own a bank account, take a kid from, file
yeah, I
domestic abuse charge. They believe in all those traditional roles too.
definitely don't believe in domestic abuse and all that. But I would
But
prefer
what
worldwide
I'm
didn't have to
saying
go to
is,
work every day.
if we
And
want to go all the way
I think
traditional
I
and
think I think
vote
women shouldn't. I
based
think
on
women should
gender,
vote. Women
we stand
shouldn't
to
vote.
lose the most.
Women shouldn't vote. That's
let
one.
me get you up out of here. Women
Me?
should vote. Yeah, let's get you up out of here.
Shit. Moment of silence. Oh wait, never mind.
Damn, you see me. I said what? Okay, you don't like that, Rouse girl?
No, go ahead. You think women shouldn't vote? What else do you think?
Because I was about
Roz
to
is
go.
way too nice. She
Yeah,
only
about it.
CC'd you for
Hey, you
30
hurt my
seconds.
feelings. I ain't gonna lie. I was
That
hurt.
was
I said
like
me.
10 seconds she put you there. She's too nice. She
She
couldn't do
is
it.
too much. I, and I
Go ahead.
appreciate you letting me on your panel talk all my shit I'm talking, but
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you here tonight.
no, but you gotta let me talk my talk. Come on now.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think I don't think women should vote. I
Okay,
think
I'm actually going to mute and walk away from my phone. So, I'll, just in case you guys say something, but I won't be interrupting you.
trust me, we won't say nothing to you. Anyway,
You will.
I'm just playing Blue Jay. Hey, look, Roz girl, what you
Hmm.
pulling up? Um, yeah, I don't think women should vote. I think their vote should be the man that they choose, and um, I think only married. I don't want to go that deep on your show tonight,
Go ahead. Go
but
ahead.
no, I don't. I don't think women should vote. Do I mean that? No, because I don't think all men should vote. I think voting should come with like a history lesson, some type of testing, some type of knowledge. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about voting because you just messed me up. You put me in the background. So let me.
So
How
I
do you
was
feel
saying
about that? Go ahead.
I was saying how I believe in traditional gender roles, and you said that you think that women should vote, and I guess you were going to say other things that women shouldn't do, as far as possibly like women shouldn't work and all of
No,
those
I
things.
didn't say no. Women can own their own business. I said that, but women have
Okay,
no business. Women are dangerous in the work field. Like that's why I don't watch ESPN no more
so
because
you
all
think that
these
women could run a whole business, but they shouldn't vote on how the
a
way the
different
world
type
should
of
be
business, a
ran?
different type. I think women can run, meaning understanding daily operational things that go on, but I don't think they should be in business meetings.
Mm.
Um, I don't think they should be because they're emotional, and then they're also pillow talkers. They're the original covert enemies. I think being covert operations is a female trait. Any man that go undercover, that's like female type shit. But anyway, um, yeah, no, I don't think women should vote. What was I going? Where was I going?
You were just talking about the gender roles.
Oh, gender roles. There we go. Okay. Um,
And you asked me what did I think about it, and said that I think that if women can run a business, then women should be able to vote in the
there you
ways
go.
of how
There
the
you go.
world should be
There you go.
ran.
Yeah, but women get involved and they throw curveballs and they have something called HR. You can't say certain things on a workroom floor. If it was all men on a working floor, you could say whatever you want. Like just women. That's why I told CT the other day I don't like going to Super Bowl parties where because women are going to be there and we're not going to be able to talk about football and cheer on the team and just talk football. Everybody else is going to be a fight breaking out over here. Or nobody's going to be focused on the game.
Let's say just
I
listen to the
love
fantasy
football. It's
football
my
leagues.
favorite sport.
Go ahead.
I said I love football. It's my favorite
I know
sport.
too. All women love football. That's what I love about women. They love football. But when the 49ers are in the Super Bowl, I don't want you at my party.
Well, why don't you just do those fantasy leagues? That's what my ex-husband used to do. And he would be like constantly like having, their roster recruit meetings, and then they'd go out for like drinks and shit. And then they're always talking about their. So the Super Bowl, women can come to that. I mean, that's just one time.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I was giving a small example. Like
Well, women
women,
got to be able to go to some parties,
women
have
don't.
Thanksgiving, cook
Women
all the
shouldn't
food.
be. Yeah, that's exactly what you guys should be. While we're meeting,
Well, you can't have us cook the Super Bowl food and then not invite us to the party.
yeah, I get it. But while the game is on, you guys got to be somewhere else. Like boom,
Whatever.
halftime, y'all come in here and it's LTV for halftime. And then after halftime is over, we're back.
No. Some women
Leave
really
us.
love football. My mom loves football. And Ross, it sounds like she does too. I like it but I don't, follow it closely on my own. But I can
Yeah,
understand. Women can watch a football game. What do you mean?
I turned my wife into a huge 49er fan. We go to games every year. Like football is the one sport I still hang on to, and baseball, the Dodgers a little bit. But anyway, Raj girl, come on. What happened to your light? Yeah, there you go. See, I never get to see you on CT's channel, and I imagined you to look a little different, but you're really pretty, like, and you're very outgoing. Like I never met you before, so
Oh, thank you.
I didn't imagine you to have this personality. Like Because
Oh,
CT be
really?
talking shit like, oh yeah, she just be getting high. You know how CT, well, not just CT, the chat. The chat don't like nobody. But
CT and I've
you,
been knowing each other for a very long time, so he has all types of jokes.
oh, okay. Yeah, he described you as somebody, some high Jamaican that don't even, like, but you did a really, you doing a really good job of moderating. And, man, damn,
Roscoe
I
is
love doing
not
this.
Jamaican, right? Are you
No, he
saying Lucia?
described her as like a Rise girl. He described her as some Jamaican that gets high on camera. He said this
Oh,
before.
because of the name?
Yeah,
Oh,
and he
like
said, yeah,
Rasta.
yeah, and she gets high. He said she gets high on camera and something he said.
I don't
He
know.
just be
He acts
he be
like
throwing
we's
out
so
stuff.
bad. He's like stuck in the
He
1980s.
acts like I'm just so terrible.
He really like acts like it's the gateway drug, and he's funny.
Yeah, I always have
No,
to correct people though. My family isn't from. I'm not from Jamaica. I am from Saint Lucia. So yeah, that's that.
it's kind of the
And
same
that's
to us. You're
and
West
that's
Indies.
East.
West
We would say East Indies as opposed to West Indies, but you know,
got you.
St. Lucia's bougie. Stop it.
Barbados though,
Don't call her
Barbados.
Jamaican ever. You know, so.
Barbados. Yes, 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 yes.
But your parents teach you that you're better than black.
She is.
No,
Just kidding.
Yes, they do, and that's why
She's
you
better than
I was
learn.
all of us. She's
born
from
here
St.
though, so
Lucia.
no.
It's a
I
I
know,
didn't.
but your
island.
parents ain't
Hello.
never told you that you better than black.
No.
She's
Mine's
better
do,
than
and I'm
everybody
not
else.
West Indian.
Mm-mm. No,
That's
no,
an
no, no,
exclusive
no.
island.
What?
That,
If you're from
What's
an
up?
exclusive island, you probably are better than everybody else, maybe, right?
Why did your parents tell you that, Art?
well, they instilled that into me that I'm better than black because black was just a monolithic thought. It's not a
Okay.
real thing. So don't act black. You're better than black. My
Mm.
dad, my dad used to always his favorite word was nigga, and so he was like,
You
"Man, you act
can't
like
say that on this platform. I'm so sorry.
I can't. Don't
Yeah,
drop me off.
we don't
I
use
said black.
racial
I said black.
epithets over here,
I
but
said
you
black.
know.
Okay, I said I'm better than black. Sorry about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, he used to tell me I'm better than black because I don't have to think black. I don't have to act black. I don't have to look black. I don't have to hang with blacks. I'm
You're
better than
from
black.
where? Sorry, Mr. Art. Where are you from?
Long Beach, California,
Okay, so you are like a
Los
American. Like you
Angeles.
don't have
No,
like
no. My
birth.
grandparents were
What do
born
you call
at
it?
the deepest I can go is Topeka, Kansas, and that's
Okay, but
like
I mean, it's not like your parents came here from another place.
no, no. They're from LA.
Okay,
They were
so
both
why
born
does
in.
he? So he says you're not black, even though
I'm
you're
better than
American
black.
black.
Yeah, I'm not black. I'm not. No, I'm not none of that. I'm not none of that. I wasn't
Interesting.
raised to be none of that. I wasn't raised to be a skin color.
Well, yeah, but
uh,
I mean that doesn't mean you have to put down like what. Just why would you just say? I don't know. Never mind. I'm not judging your parents. I mean, you seem open
I
minded,
think
but
I can understand that understanding. My parents just always instilled like just be the best you can be excellent and be better than what they expect of you to be. So, yep.
but did they beat you down with the black stuff? Like black, like you. I'm black and I'm proud. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Like how these people act today. Because when CT says things like he never heard of this black and white war or the light skin and dark skin war, I kind of agree with that. Like I could say I never experienced racism in my life.
So
I didn't even go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off. Keep going.
No, no, go ahead. It's a
So
conversation.
I grew up in Texas, Houston, Texas, actually. So definitely in
That could be.
Texas there was a lot of colorism. And when I graduated high school, I actually went to California to go to college, and I went to a small town called Porterville College. Porterville College. It was like out there by like Delano and
Uh,
all this
is it
stuff
north? Like
By
wine
no,
Selleria.
country?
that's Central California where all the prisons is at.
Yeah, it was like Kern County, and when I got there, this
Yeah,
lady told me I was a
that's
beautiful
where all the prisons.
colored girl, and a lot of people acted it. And this was like in 2000, so
Well, that's where all
that
the
was
prisons is at. That's a whole
So it's
different
in
type of
not by the coast and
Central.
it's not
It's
by
in
the wineries.
No, it's in
no, that was
Central
my
California.
first time experiencing
Oh, by
that.
Sacramento.
But
No,
my grand my
Sacramento.
mother is very dark skinned. You just always heard a certain where I grew up. You always heard certain things about color. Dudes would always be like, oh, they dating the light skinned girl. They want the red bone chick before the brown chick all the time. Like so, colorism was very prevalent while I was growing up.
That's crazy. We never had that here. No, I'm like people call by their
And my
nationality,
parents were
kind of, but not the
and
skin
my
color
parents
ever.
did preach black excellence and pro black and all of that stuff. We had all figurines
Well,
of
see, as a kid,
black
okay, sorry,
things.
sorry.
We had all figurines of black things. So a black Jesus, a black Santa Claus, a black everything. Like everything was black.
But see, as a young black kid, I used to get like called stuff because I have like blonde hair somewhere or green eyes or
Hmm.
light skin. They would say that to me, but I never really like. I would go home and tell my dad, and he would say the shit that I just told you, like, "You not black, you're not none of that." Like,
Well,
What
that's
would they
good.
so
He
say though?
wants you to
What
see past
you know what
color.
the best thing? You know
was
what the
it?
best thing he ever told me when I was a kid? I was like 10 years old, and I was like, man, I kind of wanted to fit in. Now I say 10 to 15, 10 to 6. You know them areas when you want to fit in. And he told me something somewhere in there. He said, "Don't spend the rest of your life trying to fit in with people who will never accept you." And when he said that, I didn't understand what he meant. But it's like, stop trying to be too black for this side, too white for this side. Just be you.
Well, hold on.
Mm.
Wait, he didn't
And
say race though. You just took it like that
exactly,
because
he
that
said,
can be
don't
a
spend the
broader
rest of your
spectrum.
life trying to fit in with people who never. And I just realized, if you say I'm not black, I'm not that then. And that's why when I come on the internet and some people be like, "Man, you're not black." Yeah, I don't even chase it. I don't chase
So,
being black.
Art, can I ask
Are
you a
you
question?
biracial though, Art? Are you biracial?
Um,
Can you guys not hear me?
I think it's yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no,
But I'm gonna
okay.
ask
I
you a
just didn't
question.
know if I
I'm
was
not
like
biracial, definitely not. I'm something racial though, probably.
you look Polynesian kind of to me. But I
Now,
was
what
just
was
gonna say when they commented on your eyes or whatever, did they attribute like that and then comparable to race, or did they just say, "Wow, you have pretty eyes," or like you have
both,
light eyes or something like that?
both, both,
Oh, so
Okay.
both.
basically you had people, so you were like different because of your features that you have.
No, I wouldn't say different.
I was just
I
wondering if
just,
people are going out of their way to tell you, "Oh, you have light eyes, you're not black," or if
of
you
course,
just
yes,
when they
yes,
said
yeah,
you have light.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you just made
Because
that
I got two
jump.
kids. Both my boys got green eyes, so people go out their way and be like, "Man, your son got." But I was raised
But
with
do
a
they
dark
say
skin.
he's not black, or do they say he has pretty eyes? That's
That's a
very
newer thing.
different.
Yeah, that's a
Because you,
newer.
if they say he has light eyes, you can't assume that means they're saying he's
People,
not
light
black.
skinned people wanting to be black is a newer thing. I would
No,
say.
I don't think you understand what I'm asking.
Light
Because
skinned
I
people
don't.
wanting to be black. What? Like,
you're
ain't light
saying
skinned people black?
what you're saying. Are I'm just confused if you're just assuming they mean, oh, well, then they must not think that I'm black, or if they're actually saying that. Because I'm going to be very surprised if somebody said to your kids, "Oh, wow, to you, the proud father, they have light eyes, they're not black." I doubt that.
You have light
You're
eyes.
assuming that about
Wait. How
No,
would the conversation go?
basically, Blue Jay, what he's saying is because he has green eyes or because his children have green eyes, people might assume that he's biracial or not black because most black, you don't necessarily see black people with that type of hue of eye of
But
that
that
color
wouldn't
eye.
matter. That wouldn't
But I
matter
asked
to
them if
me
they say it's because, and then they
if
say,
they
"Oh, you're
thought I
not
was
black." He said,
black
"Oh,
or
of
not.
course." So he's
If they
saying
thought
they're
I,
actually coming out and saying that means he's not black. And I said, I could see that to him as a little kid. I do not see that happening to his children, other adults telling Art as a grown man that his children are not black. I don't believe him. That's definitely not true. I could see someone being a little kid saying, "You're not even black. You're not very nice." Yeah, but like you got to be honest. I was just wondering if you're just assuming that is what they're thinking, or if
no.
they just
I'm
like
telling
your
you that's
eyes.
true. I'm telling you that's true. I never said that about my kids. I never said that. But I'm saying I think that happened in our generation where, or somewhere around now, this generation. is talking about this light skin, dark skin thing. Maybe and CT said some real shit when he said when he stabbed him in his hand and said, "I never liked you anyway, you light skinned motherfucker." Maybe maybe that happened in the early '90s and it's manifesting itself now
Well,
because
I
I
thought
never.
you guys don't really have that in California. It's like more like here, like Utah. I don't. I mean, the
Okay,
people I know
yeah,
from California,
Maybe
they're
it's
not all
regional.
caught up
Maybe
on race
it
at
could be
all.
just regional.
you have no idea how racist California is. You have no idea.
Well, I guess just
Ma-
people that I know from
Yeah,
California
we self
had different
segregate out here.
experience. Like one of my friends from Stockton, and I think it
Well, I wouldn't say
mostly
racist. I
black.
wouldn't say racist. I would say segregated. I'll say segregated. I wouldn't say racist. We self segregate out here.
But I mean, just how much you talk about skin color. Like I guess I just don't. The
I
people
talk
that I
about
know from
skin.
California, like that are black, they don't really seem. But maybe it's just because we don't have
I
that
talk about skin
subject that
color
we're
a lot.
talking about. Yeah,
Wise
you
girl.
keep saying light skin, and yeah,
Mm-mm.
you keep saying stuff like
I
that.
talk about skin color a lot, or was I was trying to explain something?
No, no, not on
You
here.
do on CT show too. Yeah, you do. It's fine. I mean, that's your right. I'm just saying, I've observed
I
that.
talk about skin color a lot. No, or people talk about my skin color, and I just say I don't even care to confine to the. I talk about it. Okay, all right. I get it. I don't give a
Oh
shit
well,
about
you
that.
guys, I am approaching that 2 hour and 30 minute mark, and that is my cutoff time. So I definitely
Hey, this was
appreciate you.
fun, man. This was fun.
Yeah, come back and join us next Saturday. And I'm on do you go to John Golf's channel? I'm actually on that too with him, the urban landlord. So we do street interviews here in DC.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen
Yeah.
one of those yet.
Yeah,
I
I
can
tried.
remember.
That shit is kind of stressful. Yeah, I don't like to. I don't
Sometimes
like
you
to get
just can't
involved. That's a
hear
different.
them.
Yeah,
Like their
no,
mic,
that's just
they're
a
not
different
focused on the
world that
mic.
I don't. I don't know nothing about that world, and I have nothing to contribute. Like
Yeah.
I watch that shit. It's like watching Animal Planet. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So that's not
No,
my
but
world. So I will watch it, but yeah.
no,
And
but
what
I'll
days
be
you
Yeah,
do that?
I'll watch for it.
on Mondays.
Okay. In the just in
Yeah.
the daytime,
But it's
in the
on his
afternoon.
channel that I'm the urban landlord. So I might sign what is it, simulcast or some stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Who
Simulcast.
that's a
knows?
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
Yes.
definitely here to support you, man. This was fun, man. I swear to God, it
Oh
was
yeah.
fun.
Thank you. I loved your input
Yeah, it's
tonight. So come
interesting.
back
Any,
next Saturday. And you and Blue Jay were just going at it.
I know.
I
I'm sorry,
know
Blue
we
Jay.
were like
Blue Jay,
must have
you got
been
to
like
stop doing
brother
that.
and
You got to
sister in
stop
a
doing that
different
to me.
life or something. It's like
So do you
where.
have any last words that you would like to say?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. Thank your audience for um letting me speak and listening to me or whatever. Thank you, Blue Jay, for your opposite input every time I come on. And then when it comes to Rise Girl, man, I never knew you was this talented, man. You're really good. You're
Oh,
really good
thank
at
you.
this.
Thank you. I
You're like a
appreciate that.
superstar, man. You need to do this more often. You're really a star at this, man.
Oh,
And
thank you. I'm trying.
Oh, before
yeah,
you go, um, remember the last time we were on a stream together? You promised that you were still gonna call me like a, you know, the next time you saw me, you're gonna call me a white bitch. Are you gonna
I
do
was
that one,
gonna
right?
what?
I'm
I
just
was gonna
playing.
what?
I know you won't do it. That's why. Remember like you said or you were gonna call me a white bee, but I think we're past that.
YB?
A white bee, like you've
Oh
called
no,
me a
no,
few
yeah,
times
no,
in the
that we're
past.
past that. We're
Okay,
past that. We're
cool.
past
Okay, I thought so.
that. But I can if it makes you feel
No,
better.
I just
Anyway,
wanted to
all
like call you
right.
out, and I wanted to hear you. I wanted everybody to hear you say we're past that. Okay, you said it.
We're
It's
past
on
that.
film. Yeah, so we're
But if
past
it makes
that.
you feel better, I would.
I know
Anyway,
you would
all
never
right,
disrespect Roz
Rise
like
Girl.
that, nor should
Good
you.
night.
So, okay, Rise Girl, thank you so much. I'll watch for your show Monday too. That sounds fun. And then, yeah, I'll definitely be around whenever you do these live streams. Sorry if I made Lionel go away.
Oh no, you're fine. Thank you for your input. I'll be here on Saturday. You
Okay, cool. Yeah, your shows are fun. Did you
have
put on your IG? Because it's probably not
I
coming up in people's algorithms quite yet because you haven't done enough shows, in a row now to like alert people.
yeah.
So you got to find
Mm.
a way to get people notified.
Yeah, you're right, and I definitely forgot to put it on my IG tonight. Dang.
Ah, okay, cool. I was lucky I found it, but yeah. All right, sounds good. We'll have a good rest of your night. What time is it for
I
you?
will.
Oh, that's
Thank
late. Yeah.
you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, well, you guys, it's been a wonderful night. I can see that my lipstick has left, and I'm looking a little sleepy. Been here for a while. So I want to thank Art and Blue Jay, and also thank Spirit Oliver as well as Lionel Suggs for joining the show and joining the platform tonight. Your input was greatly appreciated. I will be here next Saturday. Of course, I can't do anything because I'm still in a cast. So this is going on my fourth week in a cast. I'm supposed to be in it for 6 weeks now. Actually, you guys, I actually took a bath today. I took a bath today, like a real bath. Like I had surgery on April the 23rd, and I have not been able to get my body wet because I wasn't supposed to get my leg wet. But I had this contraption that can go over my leg, and I'm feeling a little bit better now where I'm not in as much pain. And I was able to take a bath today. So woo, so y'all know I'm on my. And not to say that I haven't been taking baths. Of course, I've been, bed bathing prior to that. But getting in the bathtub felt so good. My God. You is so right, Blue Jay. It definitely makes you appreciate the little things. I had the shower thing like, oh, God, water, water. Feels so much different than the shower, like the what is it, the hospital stuff they give you, the no rinse soap and stuff. Oh my God, I mean, it gets you clean and everything, but ain't nothing like some water just hitting all over your body. Ugh. Okay, what you guys talking about? Lionel, I do sometimes just been busy with my son's graduation. And Lionel says to you, Blue Jay, mm-hmm. Even soaking my foot in hot water sometimes it's like heaven. I did that too. So I was taking baths, right? During the bed bath time, I was taking baths and I had a bucket, and I would stick my foot, my right foot, my left foot, because my right foot is in a cast all the way up to my knee. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah. It's all the way up there. So I would stick I would stick my left foot in the bucket. And that was like, oh God. Yeah, I did that too. And wish around the towel, put it all over your body. So I'm just sitting like a sitting duck. So I have about, like I said, this is my fourth week, got 2 more weeks in this, and then I'll get into a boot, and then I'll start therapy. So I'm hoping that the therapy goes well, but if anything, I'm really worried about the workout, like the getting back into shape, getting back running and stuff. I love to run. I love to jump rope. I love to rollerblade. So I'm having a little apprehension by all of that. I'm just a little afraid by all of that. Yeah, Blue Jay, I got to pick my cast out. They were like, oh, what kind of cast you want? So I picked that. Yeah, it will feel good, but I'm just, you have to get your mind back, program your mind back to that rehabilitation thing. Like, I can do this, I can get over this. And I'm hoping I'm sure I can get over it, but it's definitely going to be a lot of anxiety. So, you know. What are you guys saying? Lana says Blue Jay always say she busy, but everyone telling me she on CT panel talking to everyone but me. I love it. Roz don't give her a pass. And it says reminds me of a trapper keeper pattern for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Could be that. A trapper keeper pattern. You guys are hilarious. But thank you once again for joining tonight. Thank you for supporting me. I truly appreciate it. We all have something to work on, and like I said, mine is consistency. So I plan on being here next Saturday. If God says the same, if I'm not in pain and all that good stuff. If you guys have any ideas for any discussions that you want to talk about, you always can send it to me through YouTube or on IG or at my email. So thank y'all tonight. It's been fun. I enjoyed the time, and I hope to see you guys next Saturday. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody that I'm back in town. Good night, y'all.